wake up! I don't like this! Chrissy, wake up! Hey, hello? Time to wake up, time to wake up. Can you hear me? Wake up, Chrissy! I don't like this! Chrissy, wake up!
Welcome back, everybody, to Stranger Things Friday here on Horror with Nads. I'm your host, Nadia, for the channel. Please do me a favor before you leave or before, I don't know, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you're watching this on the replay, let me know in the comments what you thought. Give us your Stranger Things theories. I'm going to bring everybody up on the stage now. We're going to be talking about Stranger Things Season 4, Episode 2, Vecna'S Curse. All right. Nobody can see anybody. What's up, everybody? Hello.
Hello.
We have 56 people watching on YouTube. Thank you to Niet for the raid. You guys are awesome. Please drop me a like and a comment if you would do so. How's everybody going? What's going on, guys? I missed you guys.
Yeah.
Stranger Things.
Oh. Well, I am happy and blessed to have been invited onto this stream. Thank
Rachel's
you so much,
new.
Nadia. Thank you, everyone. Hello, chat. Hello.
New member.
A new hat.
All right. Now, as is tradition, you must introduce yourself, your class, your character, and your alignment. Go. Level 1 fighter.
Please, let's
probably.
not. Please, none of that tonight.
I've had to play Dungeons and Dragons, which I haven't yet. When you said class, I was like Ravenclaw.
Close enough.
Well, I don't know what I expected.
Close enough.
You know, I kind of walked into that one, so you know what? Fair enough.
And I gave an answer. Boom, boom.
Well, guys, we're here, season 4, episode 2, and it's another banger. No spoilers. This has been out since 2022, but just as we had a strong episode 1, I think we have a very strong episode 2 as they continue with this.
Agreed.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I like we were talking backstage about it, how in the last episode, Chrissy died, and it was a very gruesome death. This episode, Fred dies the same way. They're not holding back any punches, in my opinion, for this.
This is our base. This is our baseline. This is our baseline now. This is clearly the Duffer Brothers in between shooting seasons 3 and 4 were online on Reddit or something reading feedback from people, and they decided, okay, now we will get serious.
I don't want to sound like a jerk, but I mean, I really cared a lot more about Chrissy than I did about Carl or whatever his name is. Like, it didn't really impact me very much.
Oh, I don't think it's impactful, but what I meant, the visual of it, where Chrissy's death was pretty gruesome. They're not holding. I thought, okay, my first initial watch through is when I first saw Chrissy died. This is going to be the big death of the season. It's not it's not going to be gruesome or horror from this point on. This is like a punch to the gut. And then we get the same thing with Fred. It's just the visual of it, not so much the connection to the character.
Oh. So Scott, you're saying that like they had a whole bunch of like feedback from the fans and everything like that were complaining that it was too weak or too like Disney-ish, or what was the problem? Because I didn't know about any of that.
From what I remember, the reception during the time when season 3 was out was not as good. Like, it'd been kind of like a decline. I think a lot of that from our past discussions also, we kind of established that like a lot of that came from just like multiple plot lines going on, some characters not having enough stuff to do or feeling arbitrary, the tone shift kind of going in a lot, not Disney-ish or cartoonish, but much more like light or misusing some of their lead characters. I think, and especially after this, so you can see they turned a lot of those decisions back around.
Yeah. The series has definitely matured. I think this season has definitely, every mistake that they did between season 1 to 3 is shown of their maturity throughout this, with character arcs. There's still some issues with some of the characters still being utilized, like Steve as the butt of the joke, but I think it's less here versus what season 2 and 3 did with him. Toonie, what was your initial thoughts? Because you're a first time watcher of season 4 right now.
Yeah. It's been good so far. Season 2, episode 2 had its moments. I don't. There's no way. Like, I think it's a bad episode or anything. It's still great, but I think episode 1 intrigued me more than episode 2. It got me into it. There'll be stuff for us to get into in episode 2 for us to talk about a bit more thoroughly. But again, not a weak episode by any means, but I definitely think I enjoyed the first episode more, just as sort of like a general rating.
Okay. Well, let's say hi to the chat, and then we'll get in onto the episode. Anthony is here. Greetings, Rachel. Hope all is well with you. Rachel, Sketch. Nia, coming in with the $10 Australian. I don't know what they pay. I don't know what kind of money they use in Austria. But Vecna is based. Have a good stream, Nadia. I was just on talking about Resident Evil with Niet and crew, so it was a lot of fun. For you, Niet.
Babysitter. Always the goddamn babysitter.
Yes. Steve is always the babysitter. And then Alex is back. I thought Fred saying he's not Jonathan because he's here, present, and accountable for was hilarious. You know what? I take back what I said. Character arcs. Jonathan is still useless this entire as well. So.
Are we having a Deadpool?
Not yet. We will.
It's coming.
It's coming. So
I saw a pretty compulsive. I'll forward it to you. Had me convinced that they said everyone's going to die.
Dude, I would absolutely love that.
What if they pull and everybody dies, and then it resets everything, and they're back to?
Oh, I don't like that.
What if they did that? Oh,
I don't like that.
I'm with you guys on if they pull the it was all just a dream kind of crap.
I'd be so mad.
Happy with that.
See,
no.
See, only in this case, it won't be. It was all a dream. It will be. It was all just a game of D&D that they were playing.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And we'll get a pan out from the board, super close up. You see everyone around the table.
Well, there are 61 people watching right now, 53 on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. So just for everybody who is new here, just to give them a lowdown on this stream, we are going through the rewatch. There is a playlist of our previous streams where we were talking about episode 1, 2, and 3. We are now in episode 4. Between episode 4 and 5, because we will be doing episode 5 live discussions as well, we're going to do some fun stuff. We're going to tier some characters. We're going to do a Deadpool right before season 5, where chat will be included, and we'll do some watch parties too as well with season 5. So stick around if you are a Stranger Things fan. If you're not, if you know somebody in your life, forward them the stream and I'll let them join in. So, and theories in the chat are always welcome. Questions and theories are always welcomed in the chat as well. So with that all out of the way, let's dive into season 4, episode 2, Vecna'S Curse. A plane brings Mike to California. A deadly body brings Hawkins to halt. Nancy goes looking for leads, and a shaken Eddie tells the gang what he saw. So let me pull up the episode. Give me a second. Where is it? There we go. What's up, that horror couple? I hope you guys liked Weapons, because I fucking surely did. Okay. We're gonna skim through this. So, season 4 episode opens up with flashback to Hopper's survival. Episode opens with a flashback to season 3 finale, showing Hopper's jumping in to a lower platform to survive the explosion at Starcourse base. He attempts to escape, but is captured by Soviet Russians. Which, I have a question. Wouldn't the military guys that came in with, wouldn't they found him? Wouldn't you looked over and have checked to see that he was am I the only one that thinks this is crazy?
No.
I
thought the same thing.
So I was rewatching it and I thought something's a little off there, but sure, let's just go with it. I think that's what they just expected, just to not think about it. Just don't think, just consume product and keep moving forward.
They don't know YouTubers apparently, but yeah, my question is just wouldn't the military just be like, okay, we're gonna do a thorough search for everybody, we're gonna look, and no, they didn't. they don't look over at a platform? How do you feel about this, Toonie? Because I was waiting for your reaction to this.
Yeah, I'd have to watch the scene again just to make absolutely sure I'm not being crazy. But this scene just it irked me. I was like, first of all, we saw what this machine did in season 3. There is no going downstairs is not saving you from that. It's not. It vaporized everybody in the room. It's not. No. Like I like that scene that we get to later when who's the like the sleazy guy that helped them in season 3.
Murray.
Yeah, Murray. That's it. Yeah. He's having the argument with Joyce. It's like Joyce. Joyce, he's dead. And he goes, yeah, but we didn't see a body. And he's like, because he was atomized. I was like, oh god, they're doing the thing.
I put that in my notes somewhere and said, Joyce pulled a Nadia on us.
Yeah,
because you and Eddie.
there wouldn't be a body to find. It's like, exactly.
See, I thought before the season started, I thought how they were going to explain it because they had that shot of Hopper looking back at the rift. It's like, oh, he's going to jump in the upside down. Then the commies who are already on the other side are just going to be there and just take him in. Nope, he pulled an Indiana Jones.
Hopper is our Indiana. I thought he jumped. So I thought I remembered that he jumped into the I'm trying to be as PG as possible. The crack, and then it like put him into Russia. But I don't remember. I did when rewatching this. I was like, oh, so he landed on the platform, didn't get blown up, and then our military guys didn't find him, but the Russian dudes did.
That's actually the worst part of the whole thing. Is like it's not that he survived it, and not that the Dr. Owen's crew didn't find him, but that they actually left Russians behind who ended up finding Hopper instead. It's like you went in there with the explicit purpose of rounding up all the commies who were doing this, and then 5 minutes later their leader nonetheless is back there and finds a hostage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting continuity issue. What do you think, Toxic? Wouldn't the army go in there and find him? Wouldn't they?
Yeah, they certainly
everywhere?
would. I also, I mean, if you could have an open mind, maybe maybe he went through a portal and wound up on the other side, on the Russian side of it.
That's what I initially thought, but he's not in a portal. He's still at the Star Court because rewatched this by scene. Yeah, I thought the same thing.
So the plot can happen.
Yeah, move it forward. All right. Well.
Oh well.
Does it even qualify as a plot when those are the stunts you're pulling? Like,
As far as the cold opens go, this is definitely one of the weaker ones.
Yeah.
Which is weird because the last couple have been phenomenal.
Now, we get cut to Max, who's waking up from a nightmare. She takes Tylenol for the headaches. She sees a police car arrive at Eddie's trailer. And she also later on sees a glimpse of Chrissy's mutilated corpse. So the limbs twisted, the eyes missing before shooing away by officers led by Chief Calvin Powell.
Yeah, Powell is he's the black guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I was never clear on his name. I do like sort of the angle that they're going for, that because he's always been in the background of the first 3 seasons, even. So like he's always been there as a consistent character, but he's never really had much to do. I do like that they're sort of even like there's a news reporter playing up the angle that with Hopper gone, he's supposed to sort of pick up the mantle a little bit. He's the next not next in line, but like the next in charge. So he now that Hopper's gone, he's the one that's got to try and pick up the slack. He's the one, not just in terms of responsibility, but like he's now the one that everyone points their fingers to when everything goes wrong. So now he's got to deal with like the extra, like all the news reporters barking down his ears and all that kind of stuff. He's the next one they all blame when it goes wrong.
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting that they pick him because these two have been around for the last couple of seasons of it, and I felt like both of them not very intelligent cops. So it's very interesting that they would take one to replace Hopper's position. But they could also not have anybody
That's not how sheriff's department work in small towns. In small towns, sheriff's deputies traditionally are carried over from the previous administration, but the sheriff himself is it's a voted in position. It's a political position. It's not something you're assigned to. Now you can be a deputy and run, certainly, of course you can, but it's usually a political appointee, and then that sheriff will have the chief will have the autonomy to either replace the entire staff, part of the staff, or just keep things status quo depending on whatever the situation happens to be.
I hear you, Toxic. I hear you. Thank you for that.
Jesus.
Thank you, Zax.
52 people watching on YouTube, and this is what you come in with. Thank you, Zax. Sorry I can't hang tonight. I've heard getting injected in the butt helps. I mean, I do feel better.
So do Eskimos like still live in igloos, or are they like fully blown, like living in the suburbs? Yeah.
I made a specific note to say that I do like Argyle, but come next season, I can do without Jonathan because Argyle's not coming back, right?
Argyle's not. Yeah, I think.
Unfortunately,
I hate Argyle. I hate Argyle so much.
Oh, you do?
Oh my God, do I hate Argyle? Oh man, he would not have lived in the episode coming up where they have the big escape. He would not have lived through that. I would have taken him out myself with that. I hate stoners. Hate that, like, with a fiery passion. Do I hate stoners? Like, they are the most useless. I'll take a meth head, because at least a meth head is motivated to go find some copper wire or do something. But a pothead is so completely worthless. They are the most worthless of all the drug addicts. And man, when it's, yeah, man, I don't know what to do, man. We'll just smoke a bowl, man. Yeah, man. That's his whole fucking character. Every time he's on screen, it's like nails going down.
Look, Toxic, in terms of them not being creative, clearly you haven't seen Shorty from Scary Movie. Like, do you remember what they make a bong out of in that film?
Yeah, that's satire. I can deal with it when it's satire, but when it's like supposed to be like a regular character, and it doesn't help the fact that I grew up with a bunch of kids like that. So, you know, we'd have like important shit going on, and it'd be like, dude, we're supposed to get a football game together. Yeah, man. It's all right, man. We'll just get high, bro. Yeah, man.
I'm not saying kids don't do drugs. Please, this channel will never advocate for people to do drugs. But I'm a pothead.
Nadia, how often does Chris come home and nothing's done, and you're like, yeah, Chris, man, I don't know, man. Just
I have an OCD about myself. I have to like get shit done first, and then it's a reward. So, or you take it and then you do it while you balance it, man. You don't like have to. Anyway, don't do drugs, kids. Nick is joining us. He's just eating his stoner food right now, but he's around.
Brownies for everyone.
Yes, brownies for everyone, man.
No, THC's cool. It's okay.
Yeah. God made it, so that's.
It could be
it
worse.
Comes from the earth like cocaine. It's okay.
It could be worse. It could be some radioactive gas that's mass produced in a factory from China somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. God, this is gonna be an introduction to a lot of new people who raided from Niet's to mine, and they're gonna be like, "What is this channel? Who is this chick? What is wrong with her?"
Allow us to introduce ourselves.
Yeah,
that's a huge pothead. He just hides it well.
I am not a huge pothead.
I said Niet.
Oh, not. Oh, sorry. I thought you said Nadia.
No, they've got all the dangerous stuff out in Australia. Come on now,
dude. With those size spiders, I would be too. 100%.
Yeah, that's how you calm yourself when you're constantly being attacked by spiders the size of your head, and emus, and saltwater crocodiles 20 feet long. Come on,
kangaroos.
I forgot.
Yeah, kangaroos that are more jacked than like 25,000% of the people that live on YouTube.
Hold on.
What are those?
I can do this.
What is that?
They're blind boxes. I bought two.
Oh.
I actually bought 3. 2 for me, 1 for the Stranger Things like gift giveaway that I'm going to be putting together when we get closer to the end. You can either get a Mind Flare, a Demo Dog, Dart, Demo Gorgon, Demo Bat, Demo Dog in training, or an ultra rare, which looks like Vecna. So I bought these so that I could open them on stream with you guys. We'll wait till we'll do one now and then another one next week.
Very cool.
So, well, by now I mean we'll do it at the end, but yes. So I'm on the hunt for Stranger Things stuff. Also, I'll show at the end. I took a picture with our home buddy Vecna over the last weekend, too. Yeah. All right. Nobody. All right. Anyway, government agents monitor Powell's radio calls about the body, hinting to a larger conspiracy here with it too. There we go. There's our buddy.
Argyle's reaction to Toxic's rant previously, right there. Just
you gotta relax, man. You gotta relax. You can't just gotta, and we back then different than how it is nowadays. Toxic. You just gotta chill. Mike in California. So Mike lands in California, reuniting with Eleven and Will. Elle's thrilled, but notice Mike's card on the flower is signed for Mike, so it's not love from Mike. Casual, subtle disappointment there. And Will carries a painting, but he's hesitant to share. Elle lies about her social life, claiming Angela is her friend, which we saw in the previous episode is her bully at school, which confuses Will. And Murray is spotted arriving to meet Joyce as well.
Yep.
I rewatched this, and at first I immediately was kind of a little bit sad again for Will. I was like, he's super being ignored. He just wanted to hang out with his friend. But then towards the end of it, I kind of started getting questions about well, then why exactly didn't you reach out again? And why is this all on Mike? And I'm just kind of I don't know if I like you anymore, Will.
Yeah. Will is I don't know if the Duffer Brothers just didn't know what to do with him this season. He's connected to the Mind Flayer, and that's about as useful as he is. He's just as useful as his brother. This episode takes place between July 1985 and March 22nd, 1986.
Isn't this the one where they forgot his birthday because it was March 22nd? Yes. Okay.
Yep. They're in the car. They completely forget his birthday on this.
They done goofed.
I mean, this is season 4. Look how old these kids look now in season 4.
Yeah. If it wasn't for that haircut, you probably wouldn't even be able to tell that that's Will.
Yeah. What an awful haircut, man. Useless Jonathan. Mike. Which, by the way, the Duffer Brothers said season 5, Mike is going to be a lead character for it. He's going to take which tells me I could believe Toxic's thought of that everybody's going to die, but I have a feeling then Elle's going to die. Could be.
One of the Lovebird, one member of every Lovebird pairing will die.
Jonathan, Elle, that's about it, right?
Steve.
Sacrifice them all for Eddie coming back. That's fine.
Yes, Nick, yes! I hope I get the demo bat now in my little blind box.
Manifest it.
Yes, manifest it.
You think Joyce or Hopper will die?
No, I think they copped out so many times with Hopper. I don't think they're gonna. Yeah.
I'd still give Hopper a better chance of dying than Joyce by a long shot.
Yeah, me too.
I just have a question for the gentleman. Rachel, you can chime in too, but it's obvious that there's subtlement of Will maybe having a crush on Mike, right? Or is he confused about his feelings or something to that extent? But he knows Mike is dating Elle. So why would he want to break up his 2 closest friends?
I'll pop on camera real quick to talk, and I'm going to go back to you. Yeah, as I was watching this today, I was like, it's a little bit contradictory to his character, right, in their friendship. And even when he tries to be there for Elle when she lies to him constantly and gets taken away by what's her face, the mean girl, and Angela, and he's kind of watching out for her. Like he's overly concerned for her well-being, and Mike's just sitting there sipping on a damn milkshake in the booth. If she, if Will, really wanted to, advance with Mike, that was his opportunity, and not really give a shit. Like he could have let Elle fall by the wayside, but he didn't. I don't know. Like I didn't like that part of the story. It's kind of like one of the subplots of this season I didn't really much care for. I don't know if it was just something that they were kind of propping up to the actor in real life. They didn't have to do that. I don't know how often that happened in the 80s. To my knowledge, because I was born in it, I didn't live through it. So, but I don't know. I didn't really care for this part in the episode either. It was just he was trying to be a good friend to Elle, and then try to be there for Mike, and I hated that dialogue. It was very well, what about us? Are you not going to talk to me? And I just hated that. He was acting like a woman. No offense, ladies, but to like trap you in conversation and the questions and like a man's response, a guy's response. But I mean, it's definitely he's crushing on Mike. That I think you kind of got notes of that in the previous season as well. But this season they kind of just went full throttle with it. But I don't know what sort of impact it's going to have in season 5. I hope it's like over and done with, because he now knows that Mike and Elle are forever until Elle dies.
I think it's pretty much over and done with, because at the end of this season, Jonathan and him have another touching moment where Jonathan tells him, like, you're my brother, like I will be there for you no matter what. Right. Like if you're gay, like I don't care, which that's fine. But I think it's weird that he has a crush on his best friend. But I guess back then, I mean, it's his best friend. It's somebody he's known for years. So maybe. But Alex, I might have misspoke. I don't think Will is trying to break up Mike and Elle. But it's just weird to me that he has a crush on his best friend, knowing that they're technically they're two of his closest friends. It's obviously Mike is straight.
You could counter that and say, like, guys have been friends with chicks for maybe years, right? Only for them to get older and to realize that as they've grown in age and maturity and friendship, you go, man, like this chick's really, really cool, and I really, really like her, but like I think I more than like her. I'm crushing on her hard, but she's my best friend. Like, so how do you break that news from a guy to a girl? Like that's definitely happened. And I know that's happened in movies and shows.
It happens vice versa too.
Exactly. Yeah. So, like it's not abnormal for it to happen, in period, but, I guess it was just sort of interesting, I guess, for them to include it in this manner here.
The heart wants what the heart wants, guys. That's all there is to it.
Poor Will, man. I feel bad for him.
And you could also say there's a very, very niche saying, distance makes the heart grow fonder. And maybe that distance is what all love needed here.
Yeah. The reason why I went back to this, I was like, look at this douchebag Jonathan with his big ass frame, this is hippie haircut.
He's trying his best to be a cool brother.
That was the style.
Had better hair.
Yeah. All right. That doesn't.
People look like that. In fact, he's probably more time accurate than most of these. Some of these people are like wearing like costumes. People weren't all bright and like maybe I'll put together a collage of like 80s snapshots and give you an idea. Like a lot of these people look like they're wearing costumes to me. Jonathan actually looks like, that's what he would wear. So
yeah.
I also don't care much for Mike and Elle's relationship. To be honest, they're separated for most of season 2, and then they spend all of season 3 and 4 fighting or breaking up. Love triangles just aren't very interesting to me. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we get to family video with Robin and Steve. They hear the news report about the student's death. Chrissy's name is withheld. Lucas hungover we get to that scene where he's abandoned at Benny's Burgers, watches the report with the basketball team, unaware it's Chrissy as well. So poor Chrissy, man. Do you think Chrissy should wake up?
Ugh.
Chrissy, wake up! I don't like this! Chrissy, wake up! Hey, hello? Time to wake up, time to Time to wake up, can you hear me? Wake up, Chrissy. I don't like this. Chrissy, wake up.
Splat.
Toxic is a fan. Would you prefer Billy Toxic? I know you miss him, man.
No, we're fine. We're fine. We're good.
Okay, all right.
We're good where we're at. We're good where we're at.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
No, speaking of toxic fan, rewatching this, Robin was less annoying, actually kind of cute in a few things, especially when she was, Dustin's giving him shit and being like, oh, you're chasing babes and we're chasing leads and all this stuff, and he's like, I'm doing my job, and then she kind of claps at him like, yeah, especially when the babes are here, right, and gives him a little wink. And I thought that was very I saw her mom in that a lot. Like sometimes she channels the dad and sometimes she channels the mom, and I found her likable in this episode, so for whatever that's worth.
I think a big part is just like there's no more like carrot and sticking us with like, oh, are Steve and Robin gonna be together. Like it's now firmly established, like no, they are co-pilots basically in these shenanigans.
They seem pretty comfortable in their friendship. So
yeah, it's now established. There's no pondering it. It's very clearly like this is the situation. This is the relationship these two have. So
and not even because she's gay, but because they're just friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like even if she was straight, I'll die on the hill that I think they would just be friends. I think Steve puts a real big M on friendship. He will do whatever he can for his friends, up to and including getting the living shit kicked out of him and tortured and all that kind of stuff. And I think even if she was, bi or, which all chicks are bi, but even if she it said that she was and let him know, he wouldn't start thinking, hey, I got a chance to slide in there. He would just be like, no, this is my dude. This is my homegirl.
Why are all chicks bi toxic? Where's the proof in this?
Oh no,
I have to know. My boyfriend, I'm bi.
The proof is this: if two men kiss each other, then that's it. It's a foregone conclusion. Unless it's an acting gig, if two men kiss each other, they are two gay men. If two chicks kiss each other, that's margarita night.
What?
Okay. All right. Sure.
Haven't you ever heard the rule no homo?
Yeah, I guess.
Pause. Listen, you ladies on the panel can act however you want, but I'm sure somewhere in your past, I'm not going to make you admit it, but somewhere in college or some sleepover, you guys caught a finger somewhere here or there.
Nope.
I never actually. I went to college online.
Denial is.
I will even give it to you. I went to an art school for college.
Yeah. Well, you have to remember that there are exceptions to the rule. That's why it's a rule. And I would be willing to believe that the Muslim female, brought up in that household probably didn't go for.
Wait, who's the Muslim female? I was not brought up Muslim. Nope.
Arab.
Catholic. 100%.
Haram.
Yeah. Haram. Catholic. My great grandfather actually built the first Catholic church in Jordan. So yeah, whole Catholic family, Roman Catholic actually.
Yeah.
So
well,
yeah.
Arab
we
people
have
haram. They frown.
Where did Jesus come from? Yeah, I'm just saying.
That's one for the law books.
Well, listen, if you guys have female friends, you're going to tell me most chicks slide into a little bit of scissor action every now and then, a little bit of kissy. Let's trade bras.
No.
Yeah, you do.
No.
Maybe somewhere up north. Not here. They don't.
No, they do.
Toxic. You need to write a book called "Toxic's Pearls of Wisdom."
Seriously.
Just your little little pearls of wisdom that you like.
Who are you encountering? What
toxic women? That's who he's encountering.
Yeah, toxic. Your pearls of wisdom are powerful enough to run Andrew Tate out of business. Okay.
Yeah.
you would give that man a run for his money. He'd be like, I can't compete anymore. This man, the flame.
Even wow. Thanks, Eve. Thank you for being. This is the first time I'm sure Eve's been here.
Welcome to the stream, Eve. Tell me this guy needs to be.
This guy needs to get
tried.
And this is the part of the show where Toxic mansplains relationships.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. All right, let's get through it.
Yeah. In other news, in other news,
And now back to the show.
No, it's so funny. It's always Toonie Boy that wants to like rein me in. He feels that it's his imperative that he's got to be the one. Toxic. There's a reason why the characters acted that way. You see, it's not always about this or that, and it's not quite the controversy you think it is. Toxic, if I might say.
In other news, Robin can't make cracks to Steve now about how many kids are you friends with because she's friends with the same kids.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a good point.
I'm just here and I just want to pay my respects to Benny.
Yeah, but right, because this is the
look.
Oh
version
no!
of
Oh my
season
God!
one.
I didn't think of that.
Mhm.
Oh, all right.
Press F.
Benny,
Press
man.
F for
All right,
Benny. Press
Benny.
F.
He was a good dude.
He's in
man.
the chat.
Yeah.
He's in the chat. Toxic, I have a question since you are I think you're the oldest person on the panel and you lived through the 80s. Is this a common thing for boys like to do, like to squat like run down locations in small towns and have like their little man cave kind of deal?
Yeah.
Okay. I was curious
That's
about
that's your little spot, and yeah, that's the thing. Like you got to understand there was nothing to do back then. So when you're old enough to have a car, like people would just drive around. After the 70s was over and the gas embargo was over, people would just get in their cars and just fucking drive around, just cruise from one spot to another, like literally, like just find a payphone. Call somebody up. Hey man, are you coming out? And then later, we had beepers, but that didn't help much. You still need a payphone. But yeah, just cruise from spot to spot, or just be in a spot that everyone knows that that's where you are or whatever. So.
Well, the boys are about to get the cops pulled up on them, not because they're squatting, but they have to investigate. What is his name? I had it somewhere. This dude.
Jason.
Jason, thank you.
Yeah, super Republican.
Speaking of the Ken doll who's not a Ken doll.
Baron Trump down there.
Speaking of Jason,
Glenn Powell. He's a young Glenn Powell.
Yeah.
Ooh, don't
Yeah.
no. We're not going to disparage. No, we're not disparaging Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell.
No, he kind of looks it. I can see it.
Glenn Powell is an angel sent straight from heaven. We're not going to be disrespecting Glenn Powell.
Oof. Okay. All right.
I love how it's always like both names. It's never just Glenn or Powell. It's Glenn Powell.
Powell. It has to be. It has to be full names. Glenn
It's
Powell.
the rule of 2 syllables. You have to say but minimum 2 syllables per name.
Yeah. So they figuring out. We get Nancy too. So Nancy and Fred at the school newspaper decide to investigate after hearing the report, especially when Barb's past death is mentioned here too. Nancy's still carrying that guilt of Barb.
There's an abnormal. Tony, you go first.
Okay, cheers. I was gonna say that screenshot of Nancy then looked like she had just seen an election. That's what that screenshot of Nancy was just a second ago.
Well,
very well.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel I feel out of place for following up to that, but I was gonna say, has anyone else picked up on just the abnormal amount of season 1 references so far compared to the other 2 seasons?
It's almost like they wish this was season 2.
Yeah, right. Weird.
I mean, the writers and the showrunners were very well aware of the backlash they got, unfairly so in my opinion, and I think most of the panel agrees with me, of season 3. But they kind of course corrected by turning this one more into horror, like the first season. So
I agree, Toxic. I like the fact that they come back to the horror because everybody forgets season 1. Again, I reference this quite a bit. She took out 8 guys, like just blew their brains out, just like poop, popped their heads. So there
Like
are
a
some
boss.
horror. Unlike Nick, don't ask Nick any opinions on horror, but unlike
No. Go ahead. Ask me. Let's go.
No, this show has horror elements to
No,
it.
this is a horror
Right.
show. It's okay.
It's not a horror show.
Yes,
it has
it is.
horror elements.
It's a
not
horror season.
show.
Yes, it
It's a
is.
sci-fi fantasy show. It's not a horror show. It has horror seasons.
Aren't people afraid in this season, in this show?
I don't know. I guess you got to be afraid of something that would make it.
Yeah, that's what horror. Well, that's what horror means, right? To
guess.
have fear.
Are you terrified of the Terrifier?
No, clowns are
Okay.
stupid.
There we go.
There you go.
If a mean-looking clown came at me, I'd punch her right in its face and knock its teeth out.
But if it's an immortal clown like Art the Clown, though, what about Vecna? What
Keep-
if
you
Vecna
keep-
showed up?
I mean, Vecna's not a clown though. Vecna's, a sorcerer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you need some sort of magic to fight that thing. But that's what he does. He's a spellcaster, right? It's like he invokes fear into you, right? So, much like he does to every one of his victims, which is I think establishes him as a great villain. But that also, like you were saying, and I'm joking. This isn't like strictly a horror show, but it does have like heavy horror elements in this season in particular, and it does it right off the rip. I mean, like when you see the way
Chrissy dies.
Chrissy dies. I mean that is horrific, right? Like, and as Wayne says, like whatever did that is pure evil, right? So most things that are horror based are evil. So I mean, again, there's a lot of great ties to do that, and I think this is why one of these are like this is like one of the stronger seasons of the series. But I like it.
Bloody can't stand when they do that upside down crap. It hurts my
Oh,
eyes.
I
love
love it. It's so
This
good.
is great. This is
You
yeah.
want to
Where's the motion sickness warding? Exactly, Rachel.
Thank you.
You want to talk about the Duffer Brothers taking online criticism and kind of internalizing it? They looked at their cinematographer and said, like, all right, we need to we're gonna do some shit.
Let's move the camera a little bit. Yeah.
No, I think this is a great shot.
No,
I love it.
This season has some amazing cinematography in it.
It does.
Yeah. I'll say
Yeah.
I'll say the shot from like this point onwards, like this is fine, this just overhead view thing, but the whole like upside down full like rotating thing, I was kind of just indifferent to it. I didn't think it was anything like it didn't. It's like I'm no cinematographer. I was gonna say cinematographist. I was like, no. I'm no cinematographer. No, I'm no cinematographer, so I'm not gonna say like, oh, it looks ugly or oh, it looks brilliant. To me, it just didn't really do anything. But that overhead shot, that overhead shot, I'll take that. That was
Exactly. I'm with Toonie.
Yeah, it seems like a bit much, the whole like full 360 from the river and then it upside down and then it just seems a bit much to me. But yeah,
Well, get used to it because it's gonna be used a lot this season.
Yeah.
I know.
We got a lot of them, and they're all
They're like,
great.
where can we put money into stuff? We've got stuff left over for the budget. Let's throw it in here.
Let's get a big ass crane and mount our camera on it.
So Max visits Dustin, revealing she saw Chrissy's body. Eddie fleeing the trailer in terror with lights flickering strangely. Dustin defending Eddie insists he's not the killer. Bold of you to make that assumption, my guy, when you've only known this dude for just a little bit. With the 63 people watching through over X and YouTube alone, 43. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Please do me a favor and hit that like button. It'd be very much appreciative. Thank you guys. All right, back to this. Bold, very bold. I mean, granted, I grow to love Eddie. I love Eddie. I think he's one of the best characters in this season. That being said, bold of Dustin to assume that Eddie is not the killer right away. I feel like it's very odd of character, but
it's not it's definitely not.
It's not
out of character.
Okay, it's not out of Dustin's character, but I'm saying it's weird. You don't know this guy very long. Wouldn't you automatically? Why you don't assume he's not the killer?
Why would he assume that D'Artagnan would grow into anything else except for a monster? He's
fair.
always like, why would he assume that some chick far away on the radio would actually be his real girlfriend? Now, some of those things work out for him, but Dustin is like wholeheartedly always looking to the best angels in people and assuming the best stuff. Sometimes it seems to work out more often than not. But I mean, he was the first defender of Steve. When everyone else is like, dude, what's up with this guy? He's a nutcase. And he's like, nah, he's awesome, man. He's great. He tends to be right a lot, but I mean, he's more lucky than anything else. But yeah, this totally and yeah, it is annoying. I could definitely see Max being frustrated with him in this, and because so was I. I was like, dude, you don't know this, but then I was like, I remembered. I was like, oh, that's Dustin. That's how Dustin.
Yeah. I think he's got like this like kindred spirit who always wants to find the goodness in people or like a pet, right? He's still like a kid, right? I mean, obviously he's in high school now, but he still has this like warm spirit where he's like, oh, look, a cool reptile. Like I want it as a pet, but like I'm not going to tell anyone. And like, oh my God, he's like such a nerd, but he's like the king of the nerds. And he's like Eddie Munson. Like he's so cool. Like I've known him for a year. He wouldn't do this, right? Like that like, same thing, like how he got so attached to Steve from seasons 2 to 3. But Max, obviously, she's known them for just, not that much longer either. So, and she's a little shady. She's been a little shady in the past, and like, kept to herself in certain instances as well. Like she's not the easiest book to read, even as a kid. So I get her skepticism, but I think if there's one person you can trust, it's Dustin. And I think that's why maybe they kind of wrote it that way for Max to go to Dustin of all people, just to try and help elaborate more on that, like someone being trustworthy and being able to kind of figure it out. But of course, we see them go to Steve and Robin and meeting of the minds, if you will. But my boy Steve just trying to pick up chicks and is still hitting blanks, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, here's a flashback of Eddie running away in the middle of the night.
Also, totally unrelated, but after watching this again, I'm like, man, see, Joseph Quinn has such better acting chops in this show than he did in Fantastic Four.
Wow.
Hey yo, listen, if you want to make the comparison the strongest possible, you pick Gladiator 2 as a comparison. Okay, that was worse.
Wasn't he in Warfare as well this year?
I think, wasn't he?
Yeah,
I think he was. Which
yeah, it's a small role in Warfare, I believe, or like a role. I don't know if it's small, but
blew up.
Definitely wasn't a small role. He was one of the main characters.
Okay, so I didn't see it.
I love that movie.
Yeah, I hear it's really good. I just don't do well with war movies, so I try to avoid them. So it's not.
We should play Battlefield, Nadia.
No, I'm okay. I still got to finish Alien Isolation. No, thank you.
When was the last time you played that?
Last month.
You're due for another scare then.
I know. I've got to schedule some gaming streams. Chris also gifted me like a Call of Cthulhu / like the Thing made a game. This weird game that he sent me that I want to play too. So there's quite a few things. So Murray arrives at the buyer's home, reading the full ransom note from the Russian doll. Hop is alive. He's looking forward to a date. Call. Kind regards, Enzo. There we go. Wow, that was perfect.
Nailed it.
Good. Yeah, nailed it.
I love this like old tropey, like cut out the letters from the magazine to spell your message thing. Like I got going here. I was like, yeah, these look like they came from a Russian magazine, all right.
Reservation. Oh, even the N here. It's weird. It's pretty cool though. Open 12-day PETT. So Murray is skeptical. He thinks it's the KGB trap. I mean, I don't blame him. But Joyce does insist on calling the number. So using the device to mask their location, they contact Enzo later in this, who demands $40,000 in Alaska to free Hopper. For them to come to Alaska to free Hopper. So, yeah. I love how Murray's like, okay, we're going to do this, but we're going to do it my way. And then he pulls out like a huge suitcase of stuff.
See, this is kind of what I'm saying about like just the way like this show's cast, like their ensemble is written, where like before they had so many just like useless characters. This time, like every single, well, let me rephrase it. Almost all the casts get to use their unique skills in one form or another.
Thank you for this one.
I love it.
Thank you for that. That's great.
Add it to the pile.
Add it to the pile. Yeah, we should have a stream of just Stranger Things memes. We'll just look for a bunch of Stranger Things memes.
Mm-hmm.
Screenshot Nancy. That's.
I say everyone besides the California crew has a lot to do this season. I mean, the California crew kind of has to help Elle. That's pretty much their main objective.
But that's kind of like the blandest of the like things to do. Like the last couple seasons have all kind of been like that, where it's like support Elle to do all the hard work and the heavy lifting.
Yeah, you can't even play a support character because everyone's playing as all those characters.
Yeah, like what does Will or Jonathan being in that crew helping Elle do that they couldn't do without him?
How did our military miss a bunch of Russian dudes?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. They went in there and looked around for 5 minutes and was like, "Oh, I guess it's clear, guys. We're leaving." And there's literally they were just hiding in the janitor's closet somewhere.
This makes no it makes no sense. It makes zero sense of why. But I guess again, like Toxic said, is just to move the plot forward and just put Hopper in Russia, I guess. So not only were they able to capture an American citizen at a base that our military already went into, they were able to also fly him out of the United States as well. All right.
Makes sense to me.
Sure.
Look, if you show characters in one location and then you show them in another, that means that they went between those locations. Don't think about how they got the hell there.
They did a cutaway.
This is not Game of Thrones.
They did a cutaway, so that's how that happens.
It's like if you see me on this stream and then next time I'm doing a stream on the moon, then you don't have to wonder how I got there because I just did.
Right.
So he is in Russia at this point, right? We're in Russia here, or are we still at like a base or facility where he's just being beaten up?
I want to say that it'll be in Russia because it looks like the guy's trying to wear cold attire with the big hat.
Now, to be fair, there is an FX series called The Americans, which I understand is based on true events. And
I'm watching that.
They did have several sleeper agents, and there's several episodes in which they take assets and or prisoners and get them out of the country to be expatriated to Russia. Now, how logistically possible that is, I cannot say. I've never kidnapped anybody and brought them to another country, but I mean, I guess it's within the realm of possibility. I would have liked a little bit better explanation than just, "Hey, trust me, bro. We got him over there. You know, no big deal."
Okay. You know what? He's in Russia, but I'm watching the Americans too, and it's really good. I actually highly recommend. At least I'm still in the first season, but there's an interesting scene because they're sleeper agents. Their neighbor's an FBI agent who's kind of curious about them, breaks into their garage, and he just looks around and doesn't find anything. While he's exiting the garage, the KGB agent is just sitting in the corner with his gun ready in case this guy does find something. Just, I was like, "Oh, you hooked me. You hooked me." That was a great, well done scene. All right, back to Hopper being beaten to shit. Great bruising and black, just as from a special effects point of view, pretty good. Mm-hmm. They went up with money in this.
Yeah, this is where Hopper turned into Red Guardian from in Marvel. This is where he got his training.
Yep. There's somebody's got a little bit of feedback coming in. I don't think it's. I hear echoing. Okay. It's gone. Now it's back. So it's not Rachel.
Huzzah!
I think it might be a little bit of Rachel and Sketch, I think.
Oh.
Maybe.
Hold on. Rachel, mute your mic again. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I see. I was like, I can still hear it, but I'm muted. But I'm not going to say nothing. I'm not going to throw myself under the bus here.
But I think I still heard a little bit of something when Rachel muted and Sketch still. No, wait.
Mhm.
No, it's Rachel.
No,
it's
no,
Rachel.
no,
Okay,
no.
all right. Sorry, Rachel, I tried.
Excuse me
It's
for a
okay,
moment.
Rachel. It's okay. It's okay.
Throw me under the bus harder. Why don't you, Toonie? How dare you?
We're gonna need a bigger bus.
This is a terrifying torture technique.
Yes, this was one of the ones that I liked when I watched it. I was like, this is like it does have a creep factor to it.
Yeah. Is this like a thing they did during
Cold
the
War?
Cold War?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get away with a lot more. Yeah, you used to be able to get away with a lot more.
Yeah. It's very when he like holds it and like oh,
The thing about when you deprive people of oxygen with the idea that oxygen is just one hand movement or something away, the brain goes into a panic and it puts a bunch of dopamine in their head. Allegedly, I've never tortured anybody, obviously, but their brain goes into a panic mode and it's very similar to a true serum, as opposed to like cutting fingers off when you give them extreme pain, bludgeoning them, cutting them, things like that. The basic rule book says there's basically 5 levels of torture: sound, sharp, blunt. So, beating them, whatever, oxygen deprivation, light sensitivity, sleep deprivation, like that. So, I mean, just to, after a while, and I'm sure they've incorporated more than one of those things at the same time. And that, because they believe that Hopper's a spy. They don't believe that he's a small town sheriff that got involved in whatever. They think that he's some ex-military turned, CIA asset of some kind that got in their way. So,
well, not to mention, like, this is the same dude who like interrogated Steve and Robin, thinking that they were agents, and he didn't believe them when they said they were just Scoops Ahoy. So now this dude shows up, and he's just like, "Oh yeah,
which to be
your
fair,
kid friends already tried this."
Sure. Which to be fair, as Nadia would point out, if they believed him, they would probably have just put a bullet in his head. So it's actually better. I mean, it sucks to be tortured, but at the same time, if you're being tortured for a purpose, you're still alive. So, I mean, and now there's going to be a level at which they're just going to be like, look, we're not getting anything out of him, or we're not getting what we want out of him. So, he will. But I mean, all you're doing when you're captured is playing for time.
Yeah. Well, we move from this to California.
Hopper screaming because his scream echoes because he found out that Elle is now residing in California. This is what that's what the L cut. That's what the L cut on the scream signifies in this scene.
Not
the
being
anguish.
a small town.
Turns out the rest of season 4 and 5 is just going to be Hopper's oxygen deprived nightmare. It's gonna wake up and
Stop it, you guys, with that shit. I don't want that. Don't talk that shit into existence, please. Don't do that. I don't like it.
Oh, it's this scene. Oh, we've got things to say.
Yes. So we are at the roller rink humiliation and Elle's retaliation. So at the Rinkomania, Elle, Mike, and Will escape, but Will feels like the third wheel. Elle lies about her popularity, claiming she's a frequent at such parties. Angela and her clique arrive, spotting an opportunity to torment Elle. Yeah. What a I cringe this entire. This is just. Why not be honest with him?
I want to say that I get the dynamic, the character arc that they're trying to go for. I hate the end result that this is what we're left with, because I get like the thing that they try to go for is, as we'll get to it, is Elle hasn't been communicating very well with Mike. She's trying to, because they're separated and she knows that Mike cares for her, she's sort of skipping out a few details of her life so that he doesn't worry. For example, she's really not getting on at school. She's being ruthlessly bullied. She's having a horrible time, but she doesn't want Mike to worry, so she doesn't say anything. That bit's fine. As like a character detail, I'm not saying that it's like a live lesson, but it's I believe it, right? I'm following the story there. Will A, not saying anything to Mike. B, Mike's just ignorance in the scene when the friends show up. I hated Mike in that scene. It's, again, the whole thing in general isn't Mike's fault. I don't hate, like, Mike, for example, past the bit where they're at the table sipping milkshake, but just that bit, that one little, like, 7-second interaction where I think, like, Nick pointed it out, it was he's just drinking away his milkshake while Elle is just basically dragged off by a series of bullies, and you sat there like, just Mike, just what are you? Ugh. And then yeah, you do have the scene with Will and Elle where he's trying to tell her, he's not said anything to Mike just yet to protect her secret, just out of respect for her, but he's still telling her, like, you need to talk to Mike about this because this isn't, you can't be lying to him.
Well, it's interesting because it brings back the whole concept of their motto as friends. Friends don't lie.
Yeah.
They all
Also,
it's weird.
brings
It's
up-
weird considering how much of like a big deal for Elle's character that motto was in season 3.
It's also
Yeah.
ironic that Will is the one saying, "Why do you keep lying? Why are you keeping up this facade?" when he is every day living a facade and a lie by not being his truest, authentic.
Toxic blew my mind.
I can have I can have layers. Okay, I can have layers.
What?
I'm
First you're talking about lesbian sleepovers, and now you're talking about like the concept
two
of
things
that
can
he's-
be true at once.
Wow.
Toxic isn't just toxic. Once upon a time, Toxic was a hardcore romantic and a shy boy, and I was turned into this by many, many evil gypsy women. So
Maybe you should
make of
try
that
your
what you
hand
will.
at
But yeah,
men.
no, yeah, right.
Just saying. Maybe you should try. To be fair, Will didn't know Elle was lying until they got there, and then he couldn't say anything to Mike because that would embarrass Elle. Now Mike is sipping a smoothie while Elle's uncomfortably well. Well, the thing is, like, she shouldn't be lying. Her whole motto is like, friends don't lie. Like, since season 1, friends don't lie. And she's literally lying to what she considers the love of her life. So,
Oh my goodness me, guys, we have one in the wild. It's a bot.
We've got
oh,
a bot.
I see it.
We've got
Yeah.
a bot in
the
the chat.
On Kick.
It's
yeah.
it's a
Do you want
kick
me-
bot
Do you want
nonetheless.
me to read it? Do you want me to read it in the bot voice real quick?
No,
Oh, okay.
I don't want to give it any attention.
Okay,
No,
okay.
I'm good.
It'll just be there.
Yeah,
Because I
it'll
will
just-
do a Mass Effect Reaper impression if you want me to.
No, I'm alright.
Okay.
I'm good. Yeah, Mike is kind of oblivious to his girlfriend and his best friend. He's kind of in his own little world. Weird hat.
As
too.
usual.
Is he dressed how he thinks Californians dress?
No, he's wearing.
Yeah,
well,
no,
one,
he is.
Some of the stuff is just stuff, but these, if you remember, a couple seasons, these are Elle's favorite colors.
Mhm. Not to mention,
Oh.
don't forget also when in the airport scene when they get there and he gets introduced to Argyle, he's all like, "Yo, cool shirt, man." Then he says, "Oh wait, it's fake. We're gonna get you a real one." So this is clearly what he thinks Californians dress like.
I didn't realize these are Elle's favorite colors. This kid does love her. She can shut the fuck up about needing to be told. She, like, wow. That's blowing my mind left and right.
I have layers, Nadia. I have layers.
I hear it. I hear it. You're like an onion. You gotta peel it one by one.
I'm like an onion. I'm not like a parfait.
They have a pretty good date until these hoes show up.
I will say this.
So-
This is pretty accurate because in the 80s, the roller skating rink, it was the place to be. It had video games. It had couples only on the rink. If you don't have a couple, get off this next song is for couple only. Then they'd have a MTV thing going on. It's so funny. One of my coworkers is literally wearing roller skates right now. I swear to God, I'm not kidding.
What?
Yeah, she does kind of reap what she sows, right?
Look at
With
that.
her- Look at all these outfits, man. Oh,
Wow.
with the boys.
Roller skates in the wild.
Yeah, well, Jason is I wasn't looking. I'm sorry, Toxic. Did I miss it?
Yeah.
It
It's
was
all right.
there.
I'll have to rewatch my own stream. It's okay. So the boys, well, Jason, are being interrogated or questioned, I guess, at this point, right? It wouldn't be interrogation at this point. So because the boyfriend is the first suspect, right? Revealing her death. So they reveal Chrissy's death to him. Devastated, Jason storms out in the woods sobbing, and I feel like Chrissy liked Jason, but Jason was kind of set on Chrissy being the housewife, right? The high school sweetheart. Guys go to the same college, you get married, you have a couple kids. But I don't feel like Chrissy wanted that with Jason. That just, with the little bit we've gotten with her, I don't feel
Right.
he had such a strong attachment to Jason as Jason did to her.
Because his reaction was super strong when Chrissy would never hang out with
Eddie.
Eddie. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you don't know your girlfriend.
Yikes. Look, I'm like toxic. Yikes. But I mean, I think it's Jason again. It's similar to what Mrs. Wheeler is kind of stuck into, right? Though I don't see Mr. Wheeler pretty much being a high school jock. Maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. We don't know. I think his first name's Ted, but similar kind of like high school sweethearts, and then they go to the same college, they get married and pop out a few kids, and that's it. Like that's the dream for them. And I think Chrissy didn't just by her interaction with Eddie, it just didn't come off that that's what Chrissy wanted. Love's gonna love, I guess. But yes, he finds out and he storms out to the woods and cries because men don't cry in front of each other. Right, men?
No, just
Nick?
scream into the void.
Nick, do you cry in front of your male friends? I'll take that as yes.
Are you there, Nick?
He's not answering because he's off crying right now, so we can't see
Yeah.
it. So he'll be like, I wasn't crying. I was doing my Super Saiyan transformation.
He's unmuted. I think he just maybe stepped away.
Is anybody...
cry?
This episode is called Vecna'S Curse. Do we need to do anything here, or...?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
I need somebody to put Nick's face on Jason during this segment right here.
Yeah. No. Men have like an internal crying mode. It's like, yeah, they cry, but not outwardly.
Toxic, do you cry?
My tears can cure cancer, but I have never cried, so the world has to suffer on.
Never? Not even at the birth of your children? Never cried?
Birth of my children? Yeah, I cried when I knew how much they were going to fucking cost me. Yeah, exactly. No, you know what? I will cry but it's not for the things you think. Like I will cry Rocky 1. I will cry in Rocky 1 in the scene where he tells Adrian when he realizes the whole thing's a joke and he knows he's going to get the shit kicked out of him.
I've never seen it.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, me neither.
And American Sniper, when he's home from the war and he knows he's not allowed to go back and everybody's having fun and kids are wanting to play with him and he's just staring at the TV and the TV's off. Like stuff like that will probably get me a little bit.
Okay. Nick just cries at everything. I've seen Nick cry just a drop of a tear. Just like every sensitive thing you think in a movie, a woman would cry. Nick does it 3 times. I've seen.
Oh, and Schindler's List. Schindler's List is one that'll get me. Every time Ralph Fiennes' character is on screen, get a little shed a tear.
So this is where the kids show up at the family video so that they can figure out where Eddie is. They have to locate Reefer Rick. So kind of a genius way of trying to figure out where he is, trying to find out what the last movie somebody named Rick rented. And pretty typical. It's like all weed or pothead movies.
When they were looking up the list name, I don't know if they did this on purpose, but I saw Rick Sanchez in there, and I was like, Rick Sanchez.
We skipped we skipped over a little bit, but hello, Freddy Cougar cut out in the background of the video store.
Yes.
Just lurking there over the shoulder.
Oh, New Line Cinema. How far you have fallen. There we go. Hey, there's Freddy.
He's got the hand and everything.
Nick has even cried at Nightmare on Elm Street. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
I don't know, but I've thought it now.
Yep, there you go.
He's not here to dispute it, therefore it's official.
Yeah, it's official. Yeah. This is somebody mentioned, I think it was an earlier chat, saying that Fred was like, I'm here, I'm present, unlike Jonathan. I think this is where we get that cut of it too. Do you think Fred's got a thing for Nancy here? I mean, who doesn't have a thing for Nancy in this neighborhood, this fucking town, right?
Yeah.
Like, Nancy could be run through so many times, but it doesn't matter. Everybody's got the hots for Nancy. Thank you, Rachel.
I was gonna make sure I wanted to wait and see if Tox would make it for me, but I guess they don't. This is a whole new meaning to the name Walk 'em Down Wheeler.
Yeah. Can I just ask, how old is he supposed to be? Because he looks like he's about 12.
I know.
If she's a senior, so she's probably 17, 18, right? Around in this.
Right.
So if he is a junior, let's say a year younger, he's probably 15, 16.
Right.
Jesus,
Yeah.
he does not look at it. He does not look at it.
Somebody in the comments said it looked like Sketch.
Hi. We have the same hairstyle tonight.
Yeah. But Sketch has got a bigger face at least. That's the thing.
His glasses are bigger than mine.
Sketch isn't as scrawny either.
Yeah.
Well,
Listen,
he's
that's what happens
also
when you retire.
He's also having visions too at this point. We get a little bit of background story, and Fred is not a good person apparently to Vecna. So let some people die in a car crash.
Yeah.
So...
Never trust the moral fortitude of somebody as evil as someone as Vecna. Never trust the moral fortitude of somebody who levitates people and then cracks their bones in 8 different directions.
Oh, what a scene!
It's amazing.
No, I did like that vision scene with what's his name? It's not Fred, is it?
Yes, it's Fred.
No, it is.
Right, okay, right. I did like that scene where the cop that like for a second he thought he was clocking onto him, and it's just because he's having like a vision. He's just having a little panic attack.
Right here, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The modulation and the pitch shifting they did to make his voice turn into Vecna'S was pretty on par.
Yeah, he's got a mouth of Sauron teeth. That's what he's got.
And my favorite part was that I wrote down that I loved that how smooth the transition was to not even figuring out that it was we were walking into a nightmare. It was just the smoothest transition, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I really like rewatching these. Yes.
Yeah.
Very seamless editing, both for the picture and the audio here, top notch.
Yeah, because for a second he starts off. He's like, "Do I know?" And he goes, "No, I don't think so." And then he goes, "Yeah, I think I do know you." And he like leans into the car, gets close to look, and it's like you think it's genuine at first because he's been caught, and then this starts happening, and you're like, "Oh no, that's not right."
I didn't even notice his scar is starting to bleed too in the scene as well. Like
I didn't notice
right
that
there.
either.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's not
creepy.
just in your version? There's not like several versions because I did not notice that.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it bled. Yeah, I remember.
There you go. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's crazy. That's pretty cool though. So back to normal, and then we cut to Jonathan and Argyle, and Jonathan tells him that he's not going to the same college as Nancy. He's actually going to the same college as Argyle. And at this point, I'm like, just break up with her, dude. Like, just literally just break up with her. Just give her a phone call and say, we want different things. I'm going to a different college. Let's stay friends. But whatever, right? Like, it's not like you don't have social media in this day and age. It's not like you're going to be seeing photos of her everywhere.
It's
or
the 80s. Send her a Dear John letter. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just send her a Dear John.
Send her a letter. Yeah. If you're that much of a pussy, send her a letter. So, yeah, it doesn't. This just. What a useless character.
You know,
Selfish useless character.
as selfish as he is, he does actually make that the final ending of the live action Lilo and Stitch remake look more awful. Even Jonathan had the moral high ground to stay with his family.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like, I understand where he's coming. He wants to stay in California. He's got to be a provider to help with his mom and his brother, and he wants to stay close. I think she would understand that, to be honest. But to be honest, I think this is just a cop out just to break up with her. I think he just doesn't want the stress of the relationship anymore. We need to have yet another love triangle. Hey, Nick, welcome back.
Man. I just wanted to get super high.
Oh, we thought you went off to have your cry fest that we were talking about.
What cry fest?
Yeah, did you get it? Did you go to get it all out?
Did you get it all out, Nick?
Yeah. Do I need to scroll back?
I know you like to cry during movies and stuff, so we were figuring you had to step away and shed some tears.
That was Toxic that said he wanted to do that, and look where he is now.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he's back.
It's like it's my turn.
What movie did I shed a tear on?
You're just a sensitive dude. You just like to walk.
There's only like
Rocky.
one guaranteed movie that warrants a man's tears, and it's when Boromir dies. Okay.
Yes.
That is an listen. I saw a meme today. No, I saw a meme today. I'll send it to you now. It was like, women finally know the pain that men feel during pregnancy is when Boromir dies in Lord of the Rings. He gets 3 arrows to the chest.
I have never.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
But I wouldn't compare bringing another life. And I don't know if that's.
Listen, those weren't ordinary arrows. Those were like tree branches.
Was I not right about Nick then earlier? What we were talking about while he disappeared?
Nope.
Yeah.
Seems I think we got it.
What's the name
it's
of that
okay
one?
Though.
What's the name of that one movie where they about the gay guys on the mountain? What's that called?
Brokeback Mountain.
No, Lord of the Rings.
Nah, you know what? Lord of the Rings is the trilogy is amazing. I watch it sometimes just randomly. I'm like, I'm in the mood for like, the Two Towers extended edition. So
most IPs wish they had one good movie, let alone 3 good movies.
Yeah,
right.
It got to be the extended cuts as well.
Yeah,
exactly. That's all I watch.
If I'm not swapping discs,
that's not gonna work.
Look,
listen, my friends will come, like we'll be over here, they're visiting, and we'll like hang out, and it'll be like 2 a.m. and I'm like,
we'll cry.
No, I'm like, you guys want to watch the Two Towers? Like, Nick, we're going till 6 a.m. I'm like, and
did I stutter?
Two Towers is really good. I saw Two Towers at the drive-in. That was pretty dope.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I saw Fellowship of the Ring. And then when I went to go see Two Towers, my dad then wanted to go see Two Towers. He's never seen Fellowship of the Ring, doesn't know anything about Lord of the Rings. I was like, sure, Dad, let's go see Two Towers. The whole fucking time, he's just turned to me in his loud Arabic voice. Who is this? What are they doing? Why are they doing this whole time? The whole time.
I want to party. I want to party with your dad. I want to go to. I want to go to some
place.
Does.
Believe me, everybody does. My dad parties really well. Everybody does. But yes, so that was it. All right, back to Jonathan. So useless character. What a useless individual. I'm over him. He better redeem himself with season 5. I don't see it happening.
Or die. One of the two.
One of the two. And that by
sacrifice
that,
yourself.
I actually heard an interesting theory that he's going to sacrifice himself by allowing Eddie to take over his body from the netherworld, and that's how Eddie's going to come back. So that'll solve 2 problems for you at once, Nadia, won't it?
Yeah, Jonathan will just be a good character after that.
As much as I like to see Eddie back, which I think he'll be back, I don't think that's the theory I'm going with.
Sir, the writer's room for Wonder Woman 1984 is that way.
Yeah, that way.
Look,
that way.
Look, all right, they brought Hopper back, and he was literal atoms, all right? They could do anything.
He wasn't atoms, Toonie Boy. He jumped down below the shaft before the plasma beam went out or whatever.
Look, we never saw a body.
I didn't see a body.
Because he was atoms.
Even Joyce says it. I didn't see a body.
Yeah, didn't see a body. You don't see a body. They're not dead. By the way,
Joyce's team Nadia.
I want to know what his shampoo and conditioner are, because he's got very luscious hair.
He's got that
probably something THC related from the head shop or something. I put that stuff in my hair, man, because it's from the earth, because it's all natural, and that's all.
It is.
That's all I'm about, man. That's all I'm about. Is it's all natural, bruh.
It is all natural, bro. Okay. It is all natural. All right, moving on.
So
Dan,
this
that
roller
scene was
rink,
smoking weed.
I wanted to have my next birthday party at a roller rink. I was like, I will find one and or build one. If I build it, they will come. I don't know. But I miss roller skating so much. I love roller skating.
We have a roller skating rink at the hotel here. Rachel, you're welcome anytime.
Oh yeah, thank you.
You
don't know
how
to roller skate?
No.
Oh
no.
wow.
I'm very clumsy.
That is tragic.
Right now I have a knee brace on right now. So I'm very clumsy. I can't. I got 2 left feet.
Oh.
I know.
Aww.
I know. I want to. I really actually do want to learn how to roller skate, but having a fractured back, my husband was like, absolutely not. We're putting you in a bubble. Yeah, let's put you in a bubble.
Yeah.
You fall too easily. So Angela here tries to lure Elle to the rink center where her friends circle her, chanting snitch, mocking her. The DJ plays Wipeout, and a bully throws a milkshake on Elle, causing her to fall. Humiliated, Elle flees to the storage room. Mike is oblivious.
Yes.
All this because of Mike's big mouth.
I hate how oblivious Mike is in this scene. That's the
I
thing.
don't know. Sorry, go ahead, Tooney.
I was gonna say, again, I get the general thing that they're going for. That, I'll try to give this the abridged version. I get the quicker version I did before. I get that Elle hasn't been telling Mike everything. I get that they're going for that angle, but I just don't like how in your face this particular 30 seconds is, and just how oblivious it is. It's like, look at Elle's face right now. Does she look like she considers these people friends? No. And then they just grab her, but what friends? Grab you by the arm, drag you out of your seat into the middle of no, okay, all right. Look at that, no. You've even got the guy behind her making sure she can't run away as well, and then Mike doesn't even suspect anything. He's just sipping away at his milkshake, and I was like, Michael Wheeler, get
even Will knows what's going on.
Yeah, but I think it's even worse for Will. It's like Will knows what's going on. He's just sitting there slack-jawed, this is the Will do something, anything challenge, impossible difficulty, Dante must die challenge.
I know he did. He sat on his hands, but then at the same time, Mike went to the person who was playing the music and being like, "Stop playing the music! Why didn't you go on the floor and take your girlfriend off the floor instead of yelling at the person to stop the music? Remove the person from the floor. That was the more logical thing to do." I hate children.
At least Mike did something. That's more I can say for Will.
It might not be the right thing, but at least he did something.
1 is greater than 0, but it's still a 1.
I like Alex's comment here. I'm glad season 5 has confirmed that Mike is going to be in a leader role again, because season 3 and 4, Mike is he's just there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you watching, Toxic?
Us, because I'm a narcissist.
That's literally true, by the way, because I can see your little face cams. I can literally see.
Hi.
Hi.
It's literally
Look, Gary, there I am.
This DJ outfit I'd wear it. It's pretty dope.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah. I'd wear that. I'd wear that to DJ.
Yeah.
Look, we're getting the scene in a minute now.
And why isn't those girls in trouble, whoever threw the milkshake? Because now they have to close down the ring. They have to clean the ring. Kind of like when somebody poops in a pool. You poop in a pool, they got to shut down the pool. They got to drain it. They got to clean it. So, you should be shamed. You should be publicly shamed.
Because by the laws of 80s, 90s, 2000s TV shows,
The bully never gets in trouble for bullying. The response to the bully is what gets you in trouble.
Oh. Don't poop in a pool either, folks.
Please don't.
Please don't. It ruins everybody's fun. It really does. Does she hit her here? I think, right? Yeah. I'm trying to get
It's a follow up. It's a later scene. We got to go back to Joyce, and we gotta get.
She hides for a bit.
Yeah, I was like,
Okay.
you know what? I don't encourage. As a general ideal to strive for, I don't encourage violence. But you leave somebody in this state, you get what you deserve. You don't get to. Do you know what I mean? It's like you don't.
Yeah.
You don't get to. You don't. If you're not a peaceful person, you don't get to.
Teeny boy,
cry about
I'm
violence.
shocked. I'm clutching my pearls right now. My God. What about turning the other cheek?
So the cheek.
What
When
about
did I
having
say
a
this?
stiff upper lip, as the Brits do, and take it all in stride?
Is it?
Go ahead,
what?
Toonie. Go ahead.
Take it all in your stride. I don't think you've heard any of this from me specifically. I think you're generalizing, Mr. Toxic. I think you've read things on Twitter.
I just happen to know that violence isn't the answer. That's just
Violence is not the answer. It's not the answer. We don't.
Right.
We don't condone violence on this channel. What do we think of Enzo, guys?
I love his
all right.
eyes.
He's a layered character. I mean, they could have played this very one-dimensional, but I think it's kind of cool that he winds up not only the things that happened to him, he could have still played it one-dimensional, but he actually, he's a guy in a bad situation. You got to remember, they're in a communist country. You're going to have to hustle to see money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you get put in the job that the proletariat puts you in during that regime, during the Soviet regime. They put you in that. I know everybody's yay for communism these days, especially if you went to a liberal college, but they put you in the job that they deem you to go to, and then that's it. And then no matter how good or bad you do at your job, it doesn't matter. You're not going to get promoted. You're not going to make any more money. So, I mean, there's really not a lot of incentive to do a lot of stuff. And, this is his thing, trying to break free or whatever. So I'm okay with it. I think he's a cool character.
I think so too. He's also from Game of Thrones, correct? I believe he's the faceless man.
The man with no name.
With
The man
with
has
no name. The man has no name. I like that he doesn't play that character again here. Enzo and the man with no name are completely different. Like, I could tell the difference on it. But yeah, so he's asking for $40,000 to be brought to Alaska so that he could free Hopper. He doesn't reveal. He just tells Hopper is stuck, but there is a woman screaming next to him in Russian, and that's how they're able to kind of put it together that he's a prison guard and that Hopper is stuck because he's stuck in prison too.
Mm-hmm.
So $40,000 to get your loved one out of a Russian prison, I think that's a pretty good deal.
Yeah,
it's a pretty good deal. Yeah,
for the 80s?
I think with inflation
For the 80s, though.
Yeah, 87, 40,000 would be probably somewhere in the neighborhood of like 150, 200,000.
What is the inflation of 40,000 from 1987 to 2025? 73,000 converted amount. Wait. Oh yeah, $113,191. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. That's a pretty good deal though, to get your buddy out of Russian prison.
Yeah.
Who's been tortured.
Yes, your buddy.
Your buddy. What?
Buddy. Look,
Buddy who you saved the world with. Yeah, what's wrong?
Yeah. So they send him to this place,
Kamchatka.
Kamchatka, and it's like one of the worst prisons that you can send, and that's where we saw the end of season 3's, like, which I wish they never did that. Season 3's scene. The reason why I don't. Okay, I think they could have still done it, but I wish they didn't say no. Let's not touch the American, even though.
Oh, okay.
Because
I kind of agree with you there. I do.
Yeah. It would help, and then keep Hopper out of any promos for season 4. You know, it'd be a better surprise reveal that, hey, he's back.
Mhm.
Did everyone see that a second ago? On Toxic's camera, it was,
Yeah, I did.
get a little cameo
Yes.
from the colleagues, a colleague cameo.
Oh,
No, I'm not
Mhm.
apologizing.
Live audience reactions.
live audience reaction.
I'll give you this, Nadia. On top of the not the Americans line, I kind of wish they hadn't given us the Russian captive Demogorgon so early.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Those two things.
let it be a surprise. Let it be a surprise that
Mhm.
this is all happening. I think it'd be more impactful, but they decided to do that, which I guess maybe they just wanted to appease audience to say like Hopper's not dead, because who else is the American in a Russian prison?
Exactly.
It's because,
Yeah.
it's because everything. It's because absolutely everything nowadays has to have the Marvel stinger at the end, and that is the worst. Like, look, in the very early phases of Marvel, like phases 1, 2, and yeah, sure, 3 as well. They served a purpose, right? But then they just like now everyone's doing it. There's just no purpose to like 99% of them. It's like the worst effect of the Marvel stingers, because now they just ruin everything. You know, it's like, right, let's basically give you the synopsis of the next movie in the stinger of the last one, and you're like, right, why am I watching the next one?
I mean, you say that, but we still haven't gotten that Blade movie 6 years on.
Yeah.
That's true.
Not all stingers are created equal. That's all I'm saying.
So the local police called in this dude to help find what's going on with the strange events happening around Hawkins, with the bodies and such. And mind you, we're still in the satanic panic as well during this time.
I think it's this guy. One of them says like they call it like an epidemic or something. Like, this was a missed opportunity to say that it's a panic, a satanic panic. They could have done it. They could have done it. They chickened out.
So this is cut with the boys, basically Jason taking the reign and wanting to have revenge, to find Eddie for Chrissy's killer, but also in a sense starting this witch hunt, similar to the satanic panic that was happening during the 80s.
Yeah.
Probably sacrificed her body and drained it for... Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Great effects. I love it.
Yeah.
Great horror elements.
Yeah.
Great horror elements, Nick.
Yeah, so they don't they don't strictly say it's a satanic panic, but they literally say pretty much, hey, satanists do that. That's what I'm saying. It's this cult, and they're talking about D&D when they do it. I feel like that's the closest you can get to the satanic panic without directly saying it.
Yeah. So the
And
boys
then
are gonna start.
Lucas steps up.
It's like, no, it's just a game, but my sister plays it. I
And
don't
then
play
pins it
it.
on
You
his
know,
sister.
she's just
Yeah.
nerd. Yeah.
Which is like, here's a
Be
here's a
cool.
potential plot. Here's a potential plot hole. The picture, Jason's got a picture of the Hellfire Club that he's using a reference for Eddie, right? If that's a recent club photo, wouldn't Lucas be in that photo?
But he's not,
missed
though.
it. He missed it.
Yeah.
He missed the final game, but that doesn't mean he missed like the picture day at like the beginning. If that's supposed to be like their like this like school year's photo, shouldn't
Maybe
he
he
be in
didn't
it?
want to be in it. Maybe he didn't want to be in it because he didn't want to be associated because of the basketball team.
I feel like they would have made a bigger fuss out of that before they made a fuss out of him missing the final game though.
It could also just be
he seemed like
of the
a
plot.
It could. I know. I'm trying to find holes where they probably don't belong, but I'm like, good cover up.
you're
I'm
right.
like, I bet they probably should have had a photo of him with the club somewhere in here.
The fact that they haven't mentioned it would lead me to believe that they want you to overlook it rather than it being a consistency. But I don't know. We'll have to see where the rest of the season goes.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
I do like his save though. It's like, it's my sister. Yeah.
It's my sister. She's a total nerd. Well, I mean, it brings it back to the last season where they donated all their D&D and stuff to her.
Yeah, it works. I'm saying it works.
Real shit is here. Yeah, these kids. So he's rallying the basketball team. They're accusing Eddie and the Hellfire Club of satanic murders. Lucas, like we said, tried to defend the Hellfire as a D&D club, but Jason burns the Hellfire poster vowing vengeance too. So Look at that, burning it. Adios, muchachos. All right, this is clever. Again, I like how they find Reefer Rick based off his movie rentals. Can't do it nowadays because they don't have. Well, I wonder if they still have family videos. I know in Indiana before I left, they still had family videos around. They're usually attached to like a pizza place, so they usually have like rent a movie and you get like a medium pizza or something to that extent.
There's a red
yeah.
box outside the Kroger's on the other side of town from me. Still active.
Still? Wow.
Yeah,
Wow,
still
yeah,
active. You can still rent a movie from it.
I've seen some red boxes in the
Aw.
wild. Yeah.
I'm so sorry to report, Nadia. Family Video is shutting down all of its 248 video rental locations across the U.S., and that was January 6, 2021.
Rip.
That would so that makes sense because I moved in 2020. Aw, man. I mean, I never rented. Yeah, we all have street. You know, I want to.
Okay.
I still want to go to the last Blockbuster that's still open.
I do
I really-
too.
I want to
Look,
go. Yeah.
That
I
thing's
used to
gonna be-
work there.
That's going to be like a tourist destination at this point, isn't it?
It is.
It'll be kept.
It is.
It will be kept in business, kind of like the Pawn Star shop in Vegas. Like it'll all just be foot traffic. It's like, look, I want to go to the one
Yeah.
on TV.
Indiana Jones is
think
going to steal it for a museum.
It was either last year or the year before they actually turned it into like an Airbnb for like you could rent to stay in the Blockbuster for like a night.
Yes.
Like they set up like a whole like bedroom and everything for you and stuff. And I'm like, ah, it's all right. So it makes sense because millennials were like the biggest demographic, I think, right now because people aren't having kids. So we're not being replaced. So right now, that's why there's all these revivals of like these IPs and stuff like that that are kind of catered to millennials because we are the biggest demographic that spends the most money. So
Well, that's because all the Zoomers don't have money. They're spending it
Mhm.
all on their Grok AI companions now.
and Gen Z doesn't have any money. I mean, it came out that college graduate like college certificate unemployment, like those who went to college is equal to those who didn't right now with how bad the job market is and stuff. So yeah.
Just
And
a bad
and
note.
what?
No, the reservations for the one night stay at that Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon, were only open to residents of Deschutes County and up to 4 guests. That was
Yeah.
it. So like
Yeah.
outsiders couldn't come. So then why promote it? What? Anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, so it makes sense why, and yeah, anyway, that's my theory that with millennials being the biggest demographic. All right, they find him because it's like what Cheech and Chong and I think what other movies was on the list?
It was like 3 or 4 Cheech and Chong movies, like
Yeah.
and then it was you can probably see it here. Fast Times at Ridgemont High, yeah.
Is this one? Yep, here
Yep.
it goes. Wow,
Because they're all rated R.
Yeah. Cheech and
Reefer
Chong's Nice
Rick.
Dreams. Reefer Rick. So
At
they find
Lover's
it.
Island.
We're cut back to Nancy and Fred investigating Chrissy's death. Also, Fred is still seeing signs. I love Eddie's uncle here. He's obviously like in shock of what's going on, but he doesn't believe his nephew would do something like this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm trying to see. Nancy interviews Wayne, who insists Eddie's innocence, suggests that Victor Creel, a man who killed his family in 1950s with similar mutilations, might be involved. So kind of like an urban legend of Hawkins area.
See, this is how I think you set up like a new mystery for your scenes. Like this is a great tone setter for the whole Creel family plot line.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this.
So, never mind. I was gonna say, depending on how far back this guy's history goes, it was did you say it was 59? So it'd be like a good 30 plus years ago now.
1950s. Yeah, so it'd
I bet
be
Like
30 years now.
It's like 28, something like that. I don't know. It's like, would Vecna have been Vecna's like a really new thing, isn't he? Like he wouldn't be. He wouldn't.
Tony, how far have you watched? How far have you watched?
Only this episode. Only this episode.
That's a very heavy spoiler that
Right.
we don't
Like,
want to get into right now.
Right. Okay. So I don't think he's been around for 30 years. Okay.
You'll get to it eventually.
It loops. There's connections, but
Well,
like if we connect it for you now, it's gonna just spoil it for you.
If you want to look at it this way, Dooney, like you could think about how the idea of a fictional character in a game that could have been existent for a long time, to this point, just as an example, right? Like something that's existed for 30 years, could have been ongoing, but it's really hard to dive into a deeper meaning without spoiling a ton of things. So,
well, that's what this rewatch is about. So,
absolutely,
we'll get there eventually, I suppose.
Yeah, and I know you're okay with some spoilers, but to be honest, these are big, impactful ones that I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to rob you of those. So yeah,
this is the kind of season that deserves to be experienced as untarnished as possible.
Agreed.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Out of all of them, yeah. So she's grilling him a little bit, but Fred is having visions, man. Fred is
having a time.
Fred, wake up!
Fred's dead.
Yeah, or it'd be Freddy's
yeah.
dead, wouldn't it? Be
we gotta rework the time on that.
Yeah.
The traditional 4-4 bar won't work here.
Is he named Fred because Nightmare on Elm Street, like a nod to it?
It could be.
Does the name Chrissy have any tie-ins to a classic horror story somewhere that I'm just not picking up?
Like the car.
Yeah, Christine the car.
Yeah.
Also, Nancy does, doesn't she? Isn't it Nancy?
Yeah, Nancy's Nightmare on Elm Street.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Nancy's the obvious one. Yeah, but
Yeah.
the only Chrissy I can really draw a parallel is Blue Oyster Cult Joan Crawford, like Christina. That's the first thing I think of. I'm like, no, that ain't it.
Interesting. Yeah, because I'm thinking, because everything's in a dream sequence, and in a sense, Vecna is like a Freddy in this season.
It's funny because while this scene is going on, Eddie's uncle is telling Nancy, he's like, this Victor Creel guy, he's a real Michael Myers character. It's like, it's like, subtle.
Oh, and don't say it. Don't say it, okay? Because Victor, that's a big we don't. Okay. Yeah,
I'm just saying, no, it's like, because we already got, the Duffer Brothers were clear. It's like, well, we already used the Freddy cutout in the background. What other iconic slasher characters can we pull from? It's like, shit, we used our best card. Michael Myers, throw him in there, get him in there, go.
I would like to point out, I'm sure everybody else knows the significance of this, so spoiler territory, but I have noticed that the grandfather clock has now recurred in 2 different people's visions. There's a recur. There you go. There it is in the background. It's like whenever the vision triggers, it's always with the sound of a clock.
One thing that's really interesting, like that, this doesn't have much to do with the show, but to me, there's this band called Fit for a King. They're a metalcore band, actually a Christian metalcore band, but they had an album that came out, I believe it was in 2022, late 2022, and there's a song on there called Reaper, and when I listened to this song, it was like their first single. It reminded me a lot of this season in particular, because at the end of the song, it just reminded me a lot of Vecna, because there's like this like ticking clock that is very, very reminiscent to the grandfather clock in here, and like if you just listen to the end part, but the words of the lyrics is trapped in infinity, and like there's just like really like and it's like screaming like let me out, and it's very, like I said, very reminiscent of like what Vecna's trying to do, like let me out of this upside down world, and like it's this unending deity as the lyric, and I'm like, this is exactly what Vecna is. He's this unending deity that is was created in in this universe as we have seen it that up to this part here in season or episode 2. So it's like that's why the kids are like, oh my god, Vecna, like this sorcerer magic speller. But yeah, it's really interesting. Not to go on like a tangent like that, but I was like it's sort of like one of those things about like it. I was like, I almost wanted to like take that that song and like create like my own like little music video out of season 4, but I just never got around to it.
I will say though, does the I don't know who here has watched The Walking Dead, but
to a certain extent, I did. Yeah.
Does anybody think that the girl in this scene looks like Zombie Sophia? Anybody else get that impression?
Yeah.
Oh.
I see it.
Yeah.
I see
I
it.
can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good catch, yeah.
The way they style the hair, I think.
Yeah.
I forgot what season I stopped on. I remember they killed the Jesus character, and I was like, no, I'm done.
Okay. That's
You mean,
past the season that I've seen. Yeah, that'll be like 8 or 9 or something.
I
think it's season 8. Yeah.
assisted on one of the seasons, and then I read the comics.
Same.
And the comics and the show have the same problem where they were getting into repeat type of storylines, just mixing up like a different villain or something, but it's the same like beats, and it was nothing refreshing about it. So I stopped reading the comics and watching the show after I think season 4, maybe.
Yeah, as I was say, most people I know dipped out after I think they brought Glenn back just to get his head caved in by a baseball bat. But also, like, Walking Dead is the show that kind of gave us the trope of like, well, it's the mid-season or the season finale. Who's dying this time?
Yeah, it's a shame, and I know they have a ton of spin-offs, and I know a lot of people like that show, and they're diehard fans. I don't know. I just find that the storytelling is lacking, and I think it's just maybe because you've been so embedded by it, embedded by it. Bread.
Haram.
Embedded by it because of the similar story beats. That's why I think they're, not to go on a tangent as well, but they're adapting Garth Ennis's Crossed, and that makes absolutely no fucking sense because one, it is like one of the worst comic books, and not in the sense of like the style or something, but it's basically about people who get infected and they get this cross on their face, and they do like think the worst thing you can do to another human being, but amplify it by 1,000. And I'm talking about like to children, to babies, to like just the worst unimaginable thing you can do to human beings, right? Think like The Hills Has Eyes, but like but
Blumhouse style.
Yeah, no, even worse, like way worse. So like they're gonna have to either very dilute it down, which is not gonna do well. But it's the comic suffers the same thing that Walking Dead did. That's where I'm like circling back to. It's the same story, just you're switching out the characters. So there's nothing like refreshing telling. There's nothing added to the lore and stuff. So you know how the story's gonna go. So sorry to be on my own tangent for this. We're back in Russia with Harper.
back in kombucha.
Is this he'd done Black Widow by this point, right? I think.
No, yes. So this is actually just behind the scenes footage of him getting ready to be Red Guardian.
And just shaving his head.
Yep.
He's got some luscious locks too.
And it's also how he kind of went maybe half commie in real life.
Oh, and cheated on his wife.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. By not even he did it on an online dating, and he didn't even like hide who he was on the online dating app. He was just like, yeah, I'm David Harbour. Aren't you married to Lillian? Yeah. Yeah. And he's married to a very she's somewhat known in the United States, but she's very well known in the UK. She's like a UK singer that's been around for a long time. And yeah, it's hilarious. I almost stopped on it, but I don't want to. We almost got a Hopper butt shot because like there's like a faraway shot where he's being like sprayed down, but I didn't think the gentleman would want to see that on the panel.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time I've seen him stripped down and hosed.
That's true. Hopper does like to be hosed a lot.
Oh my.
American, you understand. No escape, you die. Yes, I understand. But you get me money, I make him unstuck. So this is where they figure it out that he's a prisoner guard. Because he is the one helping back and forth. So Hopper promised probably that he's going to give him money and such like that. Then we get back to the roller rink. This is very edited, very weird. Now that we're going through it, so the cutscenes are very awkward of which party they're kind of choosing to go with. It's not as bad as the Institute, mind you. We're covering that on Thursday nights. That's a horrendous show. Rachel can attest to that.
We're barely covering it.
We covered 70% of it yesterday. I was like, fucking forget
we
it.
Went
We'll
off
just
on
talk.
so many tangents. It was just,
Yes. We go on more
Yeah.
tangents and we cover that show, and it's just awful. But then we have Stranger Things. That show does the same thing where it edits and it cuts it from one group to this next, but it's a sharp cut. It's like very harsh and it doesn't make sense. Here it's okay, but man, I didn't realize how many back and forths we got throughout this entire episode.
Well, no, this is kind of, I mean, it's funny you bring that up because I kept looking at my notes here and I keep having notes where I'm just like, great match cut or great L or J cut with the audio to get us between crews. I think I had one note at the very beginning at the airport scene where it's like the crew walks by and then the camera just shifts over and there's Murray going off to do his thing. So they do a pretty good job just getting you back and forth between characters. It's just that there's so many groups and moving parts going on that, yeah, you do notice that they have to keep going back and forth a lot.
So these two are confronting each other. I agree with you, Sketch. But the thing is, they're able to handle it maybe because they've learned their lessons from season 2 and 3. I don't think if they had this size of a party size for season 1, it would have done so well because we've got added now Max, we've added now Robin, we've got Murray. Now in this season we have Eddie, we have Enzo, Argyle.
Nancy's off doing her own thing with Fred at the moment. Well, here's another part because this episode is, how long is this one? Like an hour and 20, I think.
Yeah, about hour 18.
How long is an episode of The Institute for comparison's sake?
56 minutes roughly around.
All right, about the same then.
Oh,
a little bit
it's
more.
Bad, man. It's a bad show. I'm I don't mean to dog on it, and I don't mean to, but it is a very bad show, and it's the same topic of kids with special abilities, right? It's obviously a little bit of ripped off from Stranger Things. Just the book came out after Stranger Things premiered and such, but it's just
the main difference is that where in the Institute you do not care about the character, so that 56 minutes is 56 minutes of you watching bad acting, bad children acting, bad scene cutting, bad this, bad that. Not all of it. There's Ben Barnes in it, Mary Louise Parker. They give a touch of breath, but just a touch. Whereas we'll watch Stranger Things and you're like, give me more, give me more. Just give me more. And it flies by like that. That's the difference.
That was a good voice.
Oh,
good
thank you.
It is. Yeah.
I
do.
Deep voice.
I'll give them some credit. Keep in mind, this is the 4th season of these actors playing these characters. They've had time to grow into them and kind of make them their own as well.
That is true. And we do have a Nepo baby on the Institute. Martin Freeman's son is the lead on it. And you can tell he's just a Nepo baby, unfortunately. I don't usually like to point out Nepo babies because I think if your parents are doing something and you fall in love with it and you want to be an actor and you're pretty good, there are some pretty good Nepo babies out there that are pretty good actors. And then there's this one who's not a good actor. It's just yeah. Anyway, back to Will and Mike here. This is the conversation we discussed earlier where Will's like, why haven't you could call me, man. And Mike's like, you could call me, dude. What's, he's like, Elle has a book of letters from you. What is he supposed to write his best friend a book of letters? Not his girlfriend?
I see. This is where I was kind of like, well, what were you doing?
Ooh.
Like, what
Exactly.
do you want to know about what like Mike's up to? Like, I just like it goes both ways.
Yeah,
He
that's what
could
Mike
also be
says. I agree.
He could also be bringing up the fact that Elle's getting a letter. It's going to the same house. You can't write me a letter too, dude. Save on
About
postage.
what? Your D&D
Yeah.
game with new people?
Well, like, so, like, here's a perfect example, right? Like, to your point, Nadia, like, it is going to the same house. So if
Yeah.
Elle were to say, like, here's what Mike said in my letter, by association, Will knows what Mike has been up to, but Mike doesn't know what Will has been up to because he's not writing letters. And then if Elle writes a letter to Mike, which she does, she's not really including what Will's doing, right? Because that's Will's choice to write or to not write a letter. And now it kind of might be a little favored, for the sake of Will and Elle living under the same house or same roof. So Mike could get away with that, but to Rachel's point, like it is a two-way street. Like it's like we were best friends, and it's like I mean, in some cases, like friendships can fall apart because of the distance, but I think in some cases, like they're both right in a way, but they're also both wrong. But I think it's totally normal for this to happen. Like Mike misses his girlfriend, and so that's kind of more of what he's thinking than just like, oh yeah, I'm missing my friend because I still have my other friends here back home, right? Like he was the one who moved away. Dustin's still here. Lucas is still here. Right now, we've got Eddie and the Hellfire Club, right? So like, there's a lot that he's focused on, and what he realizes isn't here is Elle. And not to say that he probably doesn't not think of Will, but it's like in a different capacity, right? Because he's a freaking teenager, like
Yeah.
so.
No, I'm on the side of Mike in this aspect. I mean, Will needs to understand, like, first of all, it's his girlfriend. He's going to put the time and effort into his girlfriend a little bit more so than his friends. They had this argument last season where Will brought it up, like, you guys are only interested in girls and stuff. You don't even want to play D&D. Some aspect to that. I'm not quoting exact. So that was laid in on season 3. So I don't know.
It's something like, I think it was actually Will that said that lie, because he was like, no, wait, how did it go? It was Will was saying, like, you guys, like, we used to play D&D all the time, and then you guys just never hang out with me anymore. And he goes, and Mike's the one that like lets it slip. He's like, well, yeah, we all have girlfriends now. It's not our fault you're not into girl. And he was like, oh shit.
Oh right, it was like raining
Yeah.
too and stuff. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. I forgot about that. So Elle is weeping in the storage room. She decides to get a little bit of revenge, and you know what? Good. Angela needs to be taken down a peg. So you ever meet some people that you're like, you know what? Somebody needs to hit you in the face just once.
Yes.
Once. Good enough that you learn your lesson not to be a dick anymore. Like, and there
I
are some
mean-
people who have never been hit, and you can tell when people have never been hit in the face. So
Yeah, if
Yes, but at the same time, be careful when you wish for something from the genie, because the genie doesn't will be like, well, you didn't say how she
Yeah,
has to get hit, so she basically she's one step removed from going full I Tanya on this.
Or how
I'm not
hard.
condoning violence. We don't do violence
We do not
here.
condone
But we
violence.
all have met that one individual, whether it be a coworker, whether it be just somebody you met at a party, like your significant other drags you to a party of like just mostly people they know, and you're like, oh, this douchebag right here needs to be hit once. We all have been there. Nick knows what I'm talking about.
There's a difference.
That's why I play hockey.
There's a difference between condoning and encouraging violence, and then cautioning people against it as an inevitability. Because look, if you're going to be a bully, be ready for the punching bag to swing back, all right? Because it will. It does.
Yep.
It's physics, all right? When you've got 4 people constantly, like, absolutely just desecrating one person like this the way they did, and like, oh, you've got a rollerblade to the face, that is weak compared to what you did to them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, maybe to say that it's weak compared isn't, maybe that's a bit of a push, but it's like, yeah, you got punched in the face once after everything you've done. Like, look, the subtitles right there. You'll just have to cry to your daddy instead, making fun of somebody's dead dad who sacrificed himself. Which, by the way, like, there's a lot of stuff that's like hidden about Hopper, but that bit isn't. Like they came up with like a different version. He died in a fire or something. But it's like that bit's public knowledge that he died sacrificing himself, and you're making fun of somebody like because they don't have a dad anymore. You're getting punched in the face.
Oh, you know, I mean, I think that deserves some sort of
comeuppance.
Some sort of consequence.
Right?
I'll call it that, you know, and take that for what you will. But you know, I think it was probably easier to get away with it back then than it is now. Because like that's obviously like assault.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to it.
You know, a trip to juvie potentially. I mean, like at least like some sort of you know, hearing. But like
slap on the wrist or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, like it kind of would really depend, like, you know, a warning, if you will. But because like she could have killed her.
Yeah, I will say
a swing this way.
She got hit in the bridge of the nose too, like with a rollerblade.
I will say that it would have been a lot better if the rollerblade wasn't involved. Like she just full on just punched her with a fist, because this. And this is what I mean. This is what I mean when I say stuff like there's a difference between condoning violence and then cautioning against it. Is because what Elle did with like fully hitting her with the rollerblade was wrong, because she could have seriously injured her or killed her. But all I'm trying to get at with this is, what on earth did you expect her to do? To just stand there crying to herself? It's like, look, this is what happens when you push people beyond a limit. They snap.
Well, no, unironically, the answer is yes, she expected her to sit there and cry, because up until now they perceived her as like someone who wouldn't actually be able to either wouldn't or couldn't fight back. That's not it's not our fault as the audience that we know something that they don't.
That's the thing. It doesn't matter if they know it, because they've pushed and pushed, and then this has happened. It's like, well,
but that's the thing. That's the thing about the bullies. They will single out the one who they believe won't actually fight back. That's the whole point of how bullies work.
Now, boys are different, though. You guys are different. You guys have bullies, but 9 out of 10 times you hit each other. The next day, you're friends. Rachel understands. I know she stepped away for a second. Girls are different. We're vicious. We use our words to hurt people, and sometimes there are girls like this. I've experienced this in school. Rachel knows what I'm talking about. That sometimes they need a rollerblade to the face and to be taken care of, and
metaphorically.
Metaphorically, because women, we don't expect to be hit, right? It is kind of ingrained into us and ingrained into you guys not to hit women, right? Granted, there are whatever. We're not a true crime podcast here, but there are times
you could say you adhere to Sean Connery's reasoning.
Listen, equal rights mean equal lefts. I'm just saying. Sometimes you gotta just a bitch gotta go down. A bitch gotta go down.
I mean, even Barbara Walters didn't have a comeback for that. She's like, you know, he's not wrong.
It's not wrong. Like, and it's because women, we don't expect to be hit. We don't actually expect somebody to take a hit to us. So when somebody does, it wakes you up. And hopefully she saw Jesus in this moment. So, and just, you know, decided to be a nicer person. She's about to. Here we go. Bam.
Oof.
I mean, not only that, but her head
hit the
ground like hard. You know what I mean? Like it's a 1-2 combo. Like she could have also been concussed for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. This is from a bully of mine.
She definitely would have had brain damage from this. Like, someone needs surgery for this.
With it's not even that. With the impact of that, we should go on.
Sorry, it's not even a like Rachel's saying, a hit to left. She like right to the like bam. I know some. Okay, go ahead, Toonie. Sorry.
I was gonna say, are we sure
that chick deserved every single bit of that skate in her forehead? I'm just saying.
Thank you, Toxic. Yeah.
Yeah, we've done all that. I was gonna say, with the impact of that hit, are we sure that Elle didn't channel just a little bit of her power? Because that was a good hit. That was like
I think that's part of like Elle. See, the one thing I don't think Hopper taught her is pull your punches, kiddo.
Yeah.
That's this was not a power thing. This was someone didn't tell her. It's like, hey, not everything requires maximum effort.
Well, that's what happens when you've never been in a fight. You don't
Exactly.
know
That's
how
what I'm
much
saying.
damage-
Like,
you don't know
that's
how
what I'm
much
saying.
damage a punch does. That's what you
Like
don't know
that-
how much.
Mhm.
You're made to feel weak for so much time. You forget how strong you actually are. You're like, yeah, you could kill a person.
Yeah, Hopper never taught her that, and considering the red herring that they're really trying to play up with the lab flashbacks in this, it's like, yeah, Elle has no sense of like pulling back.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Talk among yourself. Behave.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know,
That's all right. Toxic serving drinks.
Listen,
Yes, I'm serving drinks. I'm at work, guys. I'm sorry. I got to fill in at the bar. They fired a bunch of people. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my
You're
best.
understandable.
You're fine.
yeah, the this incident after watching it again, like it was. I don't know why she didn't go to Mike first and apologize. Like, I'm sorry, I lied to you. Like, because it was it last season, right? Like, real friends don't lie, right?
Yeah, it was
Whatever
friends don't lie.
Friends don't
Yeah,
lie.
friends
Whatever.
don't lie.
Yeah. And so, like, what happened to that? Should we just forgot about it? Like,
Yeah, I don't.
it was like an error in the writing a bit. Like, again, that might be like nitpicking
Well,
on it, but
they forgot about it, and they forgot about the birthday. So they
Yeah.
forgot about a lot of stuff.
that's
You
what I
know
was
what?
like.
They kind of forgot. They kind of forgot.
Yeah, so I would have, again, I think if you're trying to build the character of Elle up in a way like that is making her more mature, like when she's like, I'm learning how to do this math, I'm still best at, wrong. But my English is getting better also, like, wrong. But yeah, give her credit for trying, and she's right. She's doing a lot more than she was. Right, she's adapting. She's getting acclimated to normie culture, and this is one of those instances where she learned from the previous season that they all told her, Mike told her to her face, friends don't lie, right? And as she said that same thing back to him in season 3, instead of apologizing and say, I'm sorry, I lied to you, Mike. And then, he would have said something like, why didn't you just tell me? Like, which I think at that point, you could still probably have that argument between Mike and Will. And then maybe they both get Angela back. That's not as harsh, I guess. Like in a way, like where it's not like, holy shit, you almost killed a girl. Like now, like you're obviously getting looked at. What do you call it? Like maybe there's like a warrant for your arrest out or something like that. I don't know. There are way too many witnesses there. That's the problem. It's not like there were a few people in the back room in like the small skating rink area where like, maybe half a dozen people were like, no, I saw the girl punch that other girl with a skate. Like, like every single person there saw that happen. So, it's,
Yeah. Nadia, do you remember this comment from Mike? Because I don't. Mike's,
right there, where
Yeah.
so he says, "What have you done?"
mhm.
And
Mhm.
that's reminiscent
Flashbacks.
of earlier when
It's not only is it reminiscent, it's hard cuttings back to
the beginning of this
uh,
whole season.
Dr. Brenner, as he says
Yeah.
it.
Yep. So, we're gonna see it again.
She did sucker punch her,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Got her pretty good though.
Ooh.
Yeah,
She's
it's pretty good. Everybody's staring at her. Mike comes finally running up, and he's like, "What did you do?" Yeah, so here you go.
there you
And it
go.
Cuts to what have you done? Yep. And he also has a hit on his face too. Nick, we were discussing while you were out in the forest crying, the whole like friends don't lie thing too. You're absolutely right. Like this is completely out of character because the whole
Nadia's lying, by the way, guys.
time.
So.
Yeah, I'm lying. Yeah. The whole time where she's lying to Mike about her life out here, but friends don't lie. It's completely out of character for her. And I don't know if it's just an embarrassment thing, but still at the same time, like Will reminds her even at the roller rink, like friends don't lie. Like what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's It's
It's
very
weird.
apparent. Yeah.
It's a very weird breakdown of the characters. So they go to Reefer Ricks. We're back with Dustin, Steve, King Steve, which your comment of clocks earlier, Toonie, had me thinking of this scene.
Obsessed with clocks. Maybe he's like a clockmaker or something? Think you cracked the case, Steve.
Mensa.
I guess we'll be getting to that scene somewhere pretty soon.
Oh man, Toonie.
If
Toonie,
only.
before you watch the season finale, before we get to that, I want to coordinate with you. I think we should do a watch party.
I was gonna say,
because I want to
Toonie.
watch this with you, and
I
I
do
think
too.
our audience does too. So I think we're gonna
Mhm.
do a watch party with it.
Yeah.
Wait, Tony,
Well,
how far into the show have you seen?
This is it.
This is season 2. So season 4, episode 2. So season 4 is the season that I haven't seen any of. Besides,
Gotcha.
I may have read like a couple of things on Twitter, but that's about it. Then season 3, I'd only watched like the first 2 episodes of, and then so now we're like fully blind. And then season 5, everyone will be fully blind. So
Yes, that'll be good.
Maybe we'll do like a Sunday, like a watch party or something. We'll figure out everybody's for it. Because I still have to put the calendar back together for us. So, which I will get that next week to everybody once I figure I might be traveling again. Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
I will say though, hi Eddie.
Yeah, right.
These night shoots with this lighting in like a spooky shed. Molto bene.
Very horror, right?
I love this. I do love these kind of setups for scenes. This is very good.
So Dustin tells him like, "Hey man, we believe you didn't do anything. We believe you." And they're like, "Nah, you're not gonna believe me." Listen, man, we've been through some shit. We've seen some things.
Yeah.
We have seen like, yeah. Don't worry about it, man. Just tell us what happened.
yeah, I love the
And-
side of Eddie as well that we get. Like, yeah, he was hiding out in this place. He was in, what was it, like a bin bag that he was using as like a sleeping
He was
bag?
hiding under a tarp in the boat and got poked with an oar.
Yeah, and then he's obviously snapped awake, and then he snaps up. He thinks he's in danger because obviously everything that he's seen has been. He has no idea what's going on, and he thinks that people have found him, and that his life's over. And that's when he goes into danger mode, fight or flight. So yeah, I do like this scene, and this scene is in the Netflix. It's in like the Netflix sort of what do you call it, like the teaser at the beginning when it plays like a little scene from the show somewhere to get you into it. It's like this scene where Dustin breaks down the upside down to Eddie, and like breaks down the Hawkins curse.
It was it was a line in the trailer.
Yeah.
And we get back to Nancy, who's trying to find Fred. Fred has completely disappeared, so she's looking around for him. And we get to learn about Fred. So I guess, from my understanding, Fred was in a car accident or a collision, and he just didn't offer to rescue the others in the car.
I thought it was implied that something he did caused the accident.
Which
let's see if we can spot it here. Does it not say?
They never explicitly say.
I thought he didn't drag someone out of the car and let them die.
It's hard to tell because it's only one car that's upside down and on fire.
I'm trying to see if I have a note about it, because I wrote about it. I was like, it's interesting because it comes off as either he was the driver maybe and he just flipped the car, and this is great. Like this
shot's awesome.
This whole death scene for him, this whole like dream sequence to his death scene, chef kiss, shot so well. Cinematography so good.
That's what I'm saying. Night shoots, if you pull them off, they're amazing.
Not like HBO. HBO can't pull off their night shoots.
Heyo.
It was very true.
Look at this lighting on Eddie. That's beautiful.
Right there. Yeah. Like Netflix. I don't know what you're gonna do after Stranger Things is done, man.
They better be. They
That's it.
better have already thought about that.
Oh, I think I'm gonna be here's my soapbox one. I think that's why they have the live action One Piece going. They're gonna put as much behind that as they humanly can to keep. They're gonna keep that going as long as they can and as well as they can. Mark my words.
I mean, hey, if they wanted to do it accurately, I hear there's a great many episodes to do live action versions of. So
No, that's what I'm saying. Like they have a deep well of things, like thousands of episodes to be pulling from for years to come.
So that is the gold mine of gold mines.
So while they're talking to Eddie, Eddie is recounting the whole incident with Chrissy's trance and levitation and what happened. Dustin then identifies the killer as Vecna, a Dungeon and Dragon lich-like dark wizard, connecting supernatural events to the Upside Down. So yeah, I love it. Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, your new villain for season 4, introduced in episode 2, not episode 4, not
he
episode
even shows
5.
up in episode 1. He shows up in
Yeah.
episode 1,
Yeah.
full frontal face, like you know everything going on.
And then he gets a proper like introduction here, like
Yep.
And you know what? That's maybe why I'm still a little pissed off with the whole Hopper reveal at the end of season 3, because I'm like, if you're gonna show your full villain in this, then at least keep something a secret, you know?
Yeah.
Versus, but yeah.
Like they never should have shown him like until maybe this part in the season, honestly, like episode 2 or 3.
Yeah. Cut that end scene from season 3 where they're like, keep the don't touch the American.
Oh, right.
Don't even let us know there's a demo dog or Demogorgon in there, and just like don't even have that whole thing. Don't have that whole thing.
Yeah.
Like you could have.
You already just kept it as like Stranger Things will return.
Yeah. No kombucha for anyone.
Yeah.
The whole thing with, like Stranger Things will return at the end credits. Like Marvel was doing that as well. Like everyone's doing it, and it's just.
Well, here, Tuna, because you seem the strongest opinion on it. Which one would you, if you have to take one, would you rather have a stinger post-credit scene or just a Stranger Things will return? Which would you prefer?
The second one, because at least that doesn't spoil anything.
Side note, the actor who plays Vecna also audiobooks some spicy audiobooks. Just FYI. So if you want Vecna to read some very spicy audiobooks to you, you can.
Yeah, but he's also married to Millie Bobby Brown in real life, so I mean.
Is he?
Yes.
That's who's.
Yeah.
No.
That's who's married?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What?
They are married
Really?
in real life. Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Holy shit.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah. This was they got married like right after this season was over.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No, he's not even credited in Stranger Things. No, this is a different actor. This is a different actor who plays Vecna.
What are you talking about?
Oh,
I'm talking about the actor who plays Vecna.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's not him.
Blonde hair dude.
yeah,
That's not him. That's not him.
What are you talking
That's
about?
Bon Jovi.
So
She married.
she's married to Bon Jovi's son.
Yes.
Yeah,
This
that's
is
who plays
Jamie.
Vecna.
That's Jamie Campbell Bauer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
100%.
Hold
Yes.
100%. Here,
Go
I
ahead
got
and
you.
be it.
This is who
Hold
plays Vecna. Right here.
See.
See him?
See.
That's
Yeah.
him. This is who she's married to. Jake Bon Jovi. Yeah,
Is it trivia time?
right here. No,
Oh yeah, almost.
there.
No,
That's
there you
who she's married to.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on.
I feel no. If
Hold on.
I feel like if she was married to Vecna's actor, there would have been way more memes about
Weren't they
it at the
dating
time.
though?
No,
Are you sure?
is she? He's way older than her too. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're sorry.
Weren't they? I thought they were dating though.
I don't.
Maybe that was it.
Has Jamie?
I don't know what
I could have sworn. I could have sworn that was the case.
Nope, they've never dated.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh
Where
well.
do you get your source from?
The internet.
Nancy Wheeler.
No.
Nancy Wheeler.
Yeah.
Speaking of Nancy, though, every time I watch her, there's something now. It's like I can't not see Timothy Chalamet.
Wow.
It's true though. I can't.
Toxic. He's talking about your girl, man.
What happened? What happened?
Go ahead, Nick.
I was saying, whenever I see Nancy on screen now, I can't not see Timothy Chalamet.
I mean, Timothy Chalamet is a good-looking dude. I don't see a problem with that. That's fine.
I mean,
okay.
What's the big deal?
Right.
I mean, Timothy Chalamet would make a very pretty woman. I mean, he would be very, very popular in the joint.
Oh, no.
Precisely my
Okay.
point.
All right.
Well, I mean, we did ask for his input. What were we expecting?
Yeah, that's true.
You got what you paid for.
Poor Fred.
Yeah.
He's about to go.
I just need to.
There he goes.
I want to clip that whole interaction with Nick. Then when he was trying to like do the whole like Google search and fact check it, it's like I feel like it's just such an applicable meme template. It's like
Yeah, I could have sworn it, but maybe I was.
I mean,
We
they're
found-
both blonde dudes. I guess yes, you could.
Maybe.
We found a new version of the Mandela effect, guys.
Yeah,
Millie Bobby Brown is a singularity.
I mean,
it's a paradox point.
Rewatching this, I did write down what makes Vecna'S victims so easy to penetrate. Like
They have guilt.
penetrate.
I
They
think
have
I
they
wrote
have
that
trauma.
down. Oh, I did. I
Yeah.
wrote why and question mark guilt question
Yeah.
mark. That's why I wrote.
They'll
yeah,
get
guilt.
we'll get a there's a scene in a later episode that goes into that a
Yeah.
little bit more.
I think
Okay.
it's
So then,
4, right? Maybe.
Do
Something
we-
like that. They thought about this. They thought about that question. Don't worry.
Yeah, which is
do we
good.
get more information on what Chrissy's nightmare was, or are we forgetting about
Well,
that?
we
now?
did. Yeah, it was anorexia.
hmm Her mom.
Anorexia.
Her
Right,
mom.
okay. Because I'm just
Yeah.
thinking of the guy that was strapped to the chair and he had like his mouth sewn shut or something and he was screaming and I was like, I wonder what happened there. Like,
That
what?
was her dad in the
And
dream.
everything is pretty much related to, unless I'm mistaken, but everything is almost related to family to some degree.
It's related to fear.
No,
Like
no,
they
no, no.
explain.
No, I know it's fear, but I'm saying everyone has something that's tied to like a family member.
No, you're right. They well, I don't remember the third one, but the other 4, yeah.
Is this spoiling for Toonie?
It is. That's why I'm not mentioning
Okay.
certain things, but
We'll get there, Toonie. We'll get there. I promise.
No, you worry.
So this is where we name him Vecna. Oh, look at this.
Vecna.
What a beast.
Are the
And you get-
tentacles feeding him, or is he like feeding the tentacles?
They get into that too later.
Yeah. Rachel, have you never seen season 4?
I have, but I've only seen it once, and so
Okay.
like rewatching it
Yeah.
now, I'm
Well, yeah, well, the pulses are definitely going like towards the tentacles, not the other way. So I think it's definitely feeding something, the mind flayer.
I really want Dustin to call him Vecna and him to be like, what? What?
who's
What?
Vecna?
Because he doesn't know his name. These are nicknames that they have for them.
Yeah,
that
Mhm.
did.
yeah.
I kind of,
Uh,
if he does, I would love him to be like, I like that. I'm keeping it.
It was like,
talk-
you'd be like Drake from Blade 3, like motherfucker. I like that.
Mhm.
Toxic, I
there
don't know
you
if you can hear us, but we're getting into trivia.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
I got one
All right.
customer and he's being cool.
Okay, go for it.
Okay. Can you pull the chat off so I can
Oh yes, sorry. I thought
No,
you. I
you're
forgot.
fine. You're fine.
Okay.
Millie Bobby Brown taught some of the extras in the skating rink scenes how to skate backwards in between takes. That's pretty cool.
Hmm.
The buyer's residence is on Lonzo Way. Elliot's house in E.T., the extraterrestrial, 1982, is on Lonzo Street. Okay.
There you
In
go.
the interview, the Duffer Brothers stated that they forgot about Will's birthday. So it's not the characters ignoring Will, but the event wasn't included into the script right from the very beginning. So,
Oopsies.
Whoops.
oopsies. Vecna'S voice was created entirely by Jamie Campbell Bower. It was not deepened or changed artificially by a computer. No shit.
I do
really?
remember.
That's
it.
And
insane.
again, you can
Yeah.
have Vecna read spicy books to you.
I do
so
remember
use
talking
the
about
same
that on
voice.
in
Thanks,
Stream.
Nadia. I'm gonna rush out and get that. A certain angle of Paul Reiser with the helicopter light on his face and reminiscent of the scene in Aliens, Nadia's favorite movie, where his character Burke meets his demise. When Lucas is in the washroom throwing up, Jason tells him that your first hangover makes you feel like, and I quote, like you're gonna split.
Oh no!
in two. Then when Jason
No,
is late,
spoil it.
No, get it!
what do you want me to
No,
do?
why?
It's
No,
from this
all right.
episode.
No,
I
no,
don't
no, no, no,
No,
no,
it's
no,
all
no, no, no.
Sorry.
It's
The
all right.
milkshake, I can't control what the IMDb gives me. The milkshake stain on Eleven's dress was made by throwing a chocolate milkshake onto the costume. The costume team then painted the exact shape of the resulting stain onto several dresses so it would be consistent throughout takes.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
And
Nice.
that's all the really good. The other stuff is either like guesswork, kind of, like almost Wikipedia type stuff, or just not really any kind of. I didn't think they were worthy of repeating, so I didn't make a slide.
All right. Toxic, do you want to go first for final thoughts?
Yes, please. Thank you so much. This episode's okay. I mean, it's a halfway decent follow-up episode to the first one, but it is a bit of a snooze fest. I mean, some cool stuff happens. It's like I've said on other streams. It has the unenviable task of moving pieces and characters and plot into position in order for the rest of the stuff to happen. So it's not going to be a situation. It's really not a big deal on a streaming show. However, as I recall in 2022, I believe that they were going week to week with this. Or am I misremembering that?
No,
They split it
part
into
one.
two
It was
halves.
Two parts,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
one part was 7 episodes, and the second part was like the final 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when it's like that, I don't think it's a big deal. But it does get a little dreary and pedantic when it's just a lot of exposition, a lot of moving the characters where they need to be. I mean, I don't have a particular problem with really anything except for the goober, pothead guy. I mean, they could have gave him just slightly a little bit more nuance and I wouldn't be, so toxic about him. But at the end of the day, it's fine. It's even that doesn't really bother me too much. I'm excited because I know where the story is going. There's lots of real bangers ahead. So this one being a bit of a filler episode, it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. So take for that for what it's worth.
Do you want to plug yourself so you can go, or can you stick around for the outro? Your
I should probably because a million things could pop off at any second, and then I'll have. I mean, it's slow right now, but I'm gonna have to close up the bar and stuff soon. Just me and Toonie Boy and Northern gonna be doing season 3 of Buffy. I think we're doing Band Candy on Sunday. Yeah, that's right, Band Candy, and then what's his name? Cinematic Autopsy and I are going to go into Bosch. He's going to talk about the series. I'm going to talk about the books and how they, juxtapose between the two of them. I'm just waiting on his green light to do that. And then of course I'll be with you. So kind of a light week, YouTube wise for this. I did do that live stream when Drinker bowed out the other day. We got a pretty good response on that one. But yeah, I think that's about it. I can't think of anything else that we got going on right now.
All right. Very cool. All right,
So
I'll
thanks
let
for
you go.
having me. I'm sorry I had to work a little bit. I did my
You're
best. So take it easy, guys.
Bye.
Have a good night, Toxic.
Nick, final thoughts on the episode?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty decent episode. Again, I appreciate that the story is moving along and you're kind of getting the characters moving with what they're thinking is going on. I think with the first episode and it bringing in the main villain, the main antagonist, from the get-go is great. So the fact that, we're continuing to see the villain, push and move his chess pieces on the board. He's ahead in this game that they're playing with the kids and the adults to some extent as well. And I think in terms of introducing a new major character like Eddie as well, like in the first episode, and kind of just giving him a pretty decent backstory and kind of understanding more about who he is and being painted as the bad kid, I guess, the bad guy, which he's really not as well. Because there's people that do vouch for him, and I mean, there's some weakness in this episode, like we've pointed out, things that kind of nitpick between some of the characters like Will, Mike, Elle, even some things with that could have been a little bit different, maybe like on Jonathan and Argyle, but I think that's the problem. Like when you have all these moving parts, and you separate them within the show itself, it kind of makes it hard to build and to make meaningful stories, and like kind of like, well, what are they doing with their lives at this point in time? Like, how do they feel about each other? There's long distance relationships, there's ongoing relationships. I mean, I really like just even the story behind Lucas, and I mean, I really enjoyed the contrast and the cutbacks between him and his sister, who are both in their own way having an integral part to their lives, where she's 11 years old, right? She's just she's just a young annoying sister, but she comes up to be the hero in a D&D game, right? And then Lucas, who's been on the bench the entire time, gets the championship winning shot, a rebound from Jason, who wanted to win the game but failed to do so. And I think it's almost like a bit of a metaphor of like someone who, like, he tries to be a leader, but he's really not. I'll give him credit because he does something else later that I won't really get into because I don't want to avoid spoilers. But it's the people that don't often speak up the loudest that end up becoming the hero, much like Lucas did. And like it's like the dichotomy of Lucas wanting to be more than just a nerd and wanting to not just be a cool kid, right? Because people can relate to that. And that's sort of like what I kind of thought about myself when I was in growing up and going through like high school. Like I was in band, but I was in drumline, so like I hung out with football players who knew me because I was in drumline, and that was like the exception, right? Like there are certain trade-offs. Like I was in a lot of different circles in high school. Like I surfed, I skated, I listened to punk and metal music, and but I played sports. I drove a cool car. Like like there was a lot that I had that kind of I didn't have an issue fitting in, but people do. And I was friends I was friends with people that had issues fitting in. I was friends with people that were bullied. And it is really interesting to kind of think about it like that way, because like Mike's just like, why do you want to be like that? Why do you want to be a cool kid? Like like why do you want to be so public about it? Like just be a nerd in the corner and read your books and play your games and like hang out in the basement, playing video games or whatever. Like that's just how it is. But you can still have a girlfriend though, according to Mike. That's the exception, right? Because she's also a dork, and that translates well to real life. Like a lot of people who it's become more of a normal thing to play games online, to read comic books, and to play tabletop games.
Oh yeah,
and
culture's
like
yeah,
and like for girlfriend, boyfriend, married couples, right? That do that. Like we know a ton of people that are like that. So it's really interesting to kind of think about that, especially back like in the 80s. But I think it's one of these stories again that kind of starts to kind of build with Lucas's character that starts in this episode. So I mean, like there are strengths in this episode, there are weaknesses, but if I were to give this episode a rating, I'd probably give it like maybe like an 8 out of 10. Like it's not terrible. Like there's still a lot that I enjoy of it. But the better episodes come, later on in this like part 1, and obviously later on in like the season. So
okay. Sketch.
Yeah, I agree with a lot of what Toxa said before he had to leave. I don't envy this episode for having to follow up what was an excellent start to the season. But that said, I still think it did an extremely good job. It is true that a lot of this is just kind of like more of like the players moving around and getting into position, but it is like that is still necessary, and it did give us like a proper follow through on a lot of those like story elements. No, like what happened with Chrissy isn't just like a one-off thing. Like that's going to be like our baseline now. It also gives a really, as far as like new characters go, and we were talking about how like the first episode makes Eddie a fan favorite and like who you want to root for. This like we get to see like the next step of his hero's journey, where like after he refused to answer the call, like in his inciting incident with Chrissy, he runs away and he openly like admits to as much at the end of that scene. We kind of glossed over, but he has a whole moment there. So we get a lot more with him, which I appreciated. They do a lot more to flesh out the new characters. Jason even gets like a bit of a good motivation built into him. Our old characters, like our returning cast, for the most part, have gotten to show off what they're capable of doing, whether it was like Robin or Murray showing off their unique skills and what they can provide, not just kind of sitting there being support and like cheerleaders for Elle the whole time. The important part to me, though, is also just that we see in this episode what the Duffer Brothers are trying to be like on top of their game. Just like everything about the craft that goes into these episodes is on a significantly higher level than it was in both season 2 and 3, down to just everything about like the cinematography and the way that it's sound designed and the makeup department are all very specifically and thoughtfully on another level compared to what came before, and I think that it definitely shows in the final product that we're getting.
Toonie?
Yeah, I was initially going to describe this this episode as on the side of a filler episode, not in like it's a bad way, but I was like, as far as I was going to open it up by saying like, as far as fillerish episodes, this is definitely one of the best ones we've gotten across seasons 1, 2, and 3. But then I think something about the way Nick described it, I think I was saying, yeah, it's probably not. Or was it Sketch that mentioned the first episode being really, really good? It was you, wasn't it, Sketch? That mentioned that the first episode was so good. That this episode's problem was that it had to follow on from that. I feel like that's probably more accurate. That it's not because it's a fillerish episode. It's because the pilot episode, it's just got the problem of being the follow-up to the pilot episode, and that was a really good pilot episode. So I feel like that's just sort of the only, it's not really, you can't really fault the episode for that, because it's not, it's not as good as the first episode, but it does what it needs to for the story. It doesn't have too many problems. We've picked up on a few, obviously, but there's no point rehashing all those. I'd say as far as episodes go, it is a really good episode. It's definitely better than anything that was in season 2, even season 2's best episodes. Season 3 had some good episodes. It's still, it might be one of the weaker episodes of season 4, or slower, or maybe just the least gripping, maybe. But as far as Stranger Things episodes go, it is definitely up there. We're maintaining the steam generally through season 4 here.
Okay. Rachel?
It's almost like it doesn't necessarily have the problem like when you're having a movie and there's like the first, second, and third. The second movie always suffers that like sophomore slump, and it doesn't really do anything. The second episode of this season, I don't think it like has any sort of slump. It just moves the story along, just like everyone else has said, and I completely agree with what everyone else has pretty much summed up about this second episode. I'm excited to actually just get back in and see how they focus on the different characters, what the cinematography might look like this time, things that I just didn't focus on the first time. I'm excited to dive back in and see the specifics of it, especially like, it blew my mind. You mentioned them focusing on Lucas, and I was like, oh yeah, he did have like a really good change this like season. So I'm excited to just like dive back into all of that. And I think, the episode did what it needed to do. It brings you along to the story. It still gives you a good number of punches with the, hey, you thought we weren't going to kill anyone. So yeah, I think it's going along good, and I'm excited to see where the rest of it is gonna go. Bring Toonie, since I've seen this already.
Well, I agree with pretty much all of you on this. I think this is a pretty strong episode 2 for a season. I agree. I think Sketchy said it earlier that normally an episode like this, we wouldn't get till episode like 5 or 6 in a season It wouldn't be the finale or the lead up to the finale, but it would be close to it. And I like that they're not holding any punches this season. I think they, like we've all said throughout this entire stream, they took the feedback from season 2 and 3 and just decided, we've got the money, we've got the budget, let's go no hold bar. Before we get to outro, I did open one of them. So got the bag.
And drum roll, please. While Nadia is, I'll piggyback one more time. Like for comparison, the Mind Flayer wasn't knighted the Mind Flayer until like episode 6 or something.
I got 11.
Hey, look at it.
So I have another one. Watch it next week. It's gonna be 11 again.
It's gonna have an army of 11s.
That scene from Better Call Saul where he just gets the straight bingo balls, like just is all like the same number or something. It's gonna be the same thing in this. Every single episode is just straight 11s.
Well, let's
our new mission. We need to get 11 11s.
I really want the there's a demo dog in training.
A dart?
Yeah, there's a dart, and then there's a demo dog, but then there's like a demo dog in training where it has those little tongues sticking out.
Is that in season 4, like with the Russians?
No, it's just a little thing that they made. You can kind of see.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. He kind of looks like a closed butthole, though. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of does a little bit. With buttholes aside, Nick, what do you got going on next?
Let's see. A couple videos that I'll be coming out. I'll have one out on my Naked Gun review. I will probably be seeing Weapons tomorrow night, so I'll have a video coming out on that as well. Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time will be my stream for Masculine Mondays. We're talking about True Lies. And then I'm going to be having a new show starting out on Tuesday nights. Right now, it's going to be airing at 10:30, only because I'll be covering Alien Earth live, like right after it's done premiering on
nice.
FX and Hulu. Now, after the show is done, I might change the time frame to be a bit earlier. But more on that as the kind of show starts off. But it's going to be called Trendy TV Tuesdays. Emphasis on the Tren, TREN-DY, because I just gotta keep up with the gym and the masculine humor. So, so it should be fun. It'll be myself, Pumpkinhead, aka Gord King, Old Man Goodwin, and Brown Girl Vex.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very nice. Sketch, what do you got going on next?
Yeah, other than being back here for Fridays, I'm Isaacs, yes. I am still in progress working on a Avatar sound redesign. We're gonna do some firebending coming up soon, learning how they trying to recreate some of those punches and those effects, and adding a little bit of flair of our own to add to some of the story a little bit, seeing what we can to do a little bit of world building, as it were, in there. Very
cool. Toonie, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm still working on getting a bunch of pre-recorded videos out. I've definitely slacked on the channel in terms of balancing the work life now. But I am looking to hopefully try and get some videos out. Maybe not like out over the weekend, but get a bunch of them edited and ready to go out. I've started playing a game from my childhood on the PS2, not Nightmare on Elm Street, Nightmare Before Christmas, Oogie's Revenge. So I never actually beat that game as a kid. So I'm looking forward to finishing that and completing the arc.
Very cool. Rachel?
I am watching Revival on Sci-Fi, and I believe it's soon to be wrapping up, and I will have a video out on that as soon as I watch all the episodes. Otherwise, I will be back on, I think, your channel on Tuesday for Weapons, and then again on Thursday for The Institute, and then again on Friday for Stranger Things.
Yep.
I am Nadia's.
You're welcome. Hey, like Corey said, hop on all the streams you can to get comfortable with it and stuff like that. So you're always welcome on it.
Thank you.
As for me, for this channel, Tuesday we're back at 9:30 Eastern. That's the new slot time for Horror Tuesday. I just moved it down because I'm on Hold My DualShocks, the Everything Great and Awesome podcast, all night, whatever show with them as an official fourth co-host. So we will raid into my show, which we'll do Horror Tuesday, where we're going to cover some news, but we're also going to be talking about weapons. So I've got a great panel for that. Rachel's one of them. I believe Leon's joining us, Blue Collar Loser, a couple other people. So that should be a lot of fun. Wednesday, I plan on scheduling a time for us to do a Alien Earth watch party for the first 2 episodes. Since I won't be able to catch the first 2 episodes live on Tuesday because of my show, I'm gonna save it and watch it with everybody on Wednesday. So we'll watch it before Zach's show and raid into it. And then Thursday we're back for the Institute, and then Friday we're back for Stranger Things, season 4, episode 3. So thank you to my panel. Thank you. We are almost at 3 hours. Thank you to everybody who joined us in the chat. Thank you for that raid yet again. Everybody who joined us, please do me a favor again, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the whole panel here. And until next time, I hope you all have a great weekend and stay spooky. Bye.